Looks like Broodmother is next here, though, and now this is turned into a 3 versus 2, technically in favor of Aster, but Baboka dies. That's another dieback for him. Boxy keeping away. He is successful. Roche is relatively low. The Frost Shield is there, but a nice pin of Malice. Gonna root them. But Boxy gets to that pin. He gets to dispose of. Who gets the Roche is the question. Nobody wants to kill it. And finally, Monet, he snatches the Aegis. Yeah, we'll try though. They want to get the Omni Knight immediately. Will they get him? He gets forced out to safety. There's the Guardian Angel just in time. And Mickey has to buy back after dying right off the bat. And Matu is dead as well. A terrible fight for Liquid as the BKBs have come out from Aster. And now they can just focus down Zai. Another death, another kill for Monet. Foxy slow to a crawl and a rampage. Monet just sitting in the back while his fat friend does all the work. And he gets 5 to his name. And now the focus is on to the Drow Ranger. No bash this time around. But Matu finds what he needs. Buyback now into the Drow. Snowball coming in. Walrus punch to follow. How much do they want to dive here? Freezing Field gets canceled. GG is called. Team Liquid move on.
Hello Dẻo, hello Giáp, hello Hùng.
Dave Johnson here, founder and CEO of Aperture Science.
TÄI is back.
Heyo heyo. Mọi người, đã buổi sáng hay trưa ta? Còn trưa rồi. Vậy là anh A xanh đang nói tiếp anh A đỏ. Đúng rồi. Đấy là điều dễ thấy. Mới có 10 rưỡi mà đó. Hôm nay lại là một stream từ giờ đến tối nữa. Này ăn sẽ ăn phở cuốn, nên ăn có phở cuốn, nên ăn có chân gà, có nước dừa, có cà sữa, có sting. Một tờ chém này đi giải mà cá nhân anh đấy, cả những cái lần mà mình đi thi cái gì ấy thì trước lúc bây giờ đấy mình không nên xem cái gì liên quan đến cái đấy, bởi vì đúng không? Mình sẽ có một thời điểm mình tập trung cao độ và cái môn đấy tí nữa nên là không có tội gì mình phải dành thêm thời gian cho nó nếu mà mình có thể dành thời gian cho cái khác để cái tâm thế mình nó bình tĩnh. Ba giờ chiều, ui giời, 3 giờ chiều lo gì, mới có 10 giờ sáng. Easy. Quả đẹp quá. Quả đỡ đẹp quá. Năm nay ăn thấy đội nào năm nay vô địch cũng xứng đáng. Nhưng mà ác là ăn muốn Liquid thắng.
We watched 2 series of Dota 2, of incredible Dota 2 yesterday, both very much finals weekend series to the bone, and we are with that left with 3 teams as we said goodbye to Aster. I must say, Jenkins, yesterday's games were crazy.
Yeah, yesterday was nuts. I mean, it's you dream of this. You're watching TI. You don't want the upper bracket final to be some 2-0. Like, all of these teams could potentially win.
Yeah.
And in TI history, I think the stat is the upper bracket finals only repeat 30% of the time.
I have another stat that you brought up that you haven't mentioned yet. You said earlier this week that traditionally Never before has a
là
second
đội nào thắng ạ?
place group team won TI.
Yeah.
Both Liquid and Secret.
Nghĩ cả ba đội được xứng đáng chiến thắng. Nếu mà để phong độ thì TUYliwot đang là mạnh nhất. Nhưng mà nếu như mà một trong hai team Secret hoặc là Liquid thắng ấy, thì sẽ có những cá nhân được nâng cái khiên này lên 2 lần, và đấy là cả một cái vinh dự kiểu có khi là lớn nhất cuộc đời họ. Bởi trong lịch sử chỉ có một đội duy nhất làm được cái điều đấy là đội OG, nâng khiên 2 lần liên tiếp vào năm 2018 và 19. Thì Liquid được nâng khiên vào 2017. Secret đúng thì là chưa nâng khiên bao giờ, nhưng mà bên trong team đấy, đội trưởng của team đấy là nâng khiên đầu tiên của game luôn, năm 2011.
But if you look at the stats, it's just not a lot of people.
Nhưng mà ai cũng muốn TUYliwot thắng, bởi vì TUYliwot là một team trẻ và họ đánh rất là hay. Kiểu đúng kiểu là game của tao là đánh game của tao, chứ tao không đánh theo game của ai khác. OG về rồi, OG top 8 mà.
There's only been ever 2 teams, TI won, there's 5 players, but other than that, it's Wings the only time that 5 new people did it.
I think the Wings TI6 run is still probably the most legendary run of any Dota team. They were incredibly dominant from the start
năm nay là
to
team
the finish.
trẻ và non
a little
thiếu
bit
kinh
out
nghiệm.
of nowhere for most people.
Nên
There
là
had been whispers about that team
thua thì
just
cũng
being
không
so
có gì
good
lạ cả.
a little bit before that TI happened, but when it did start, 5 new
Anh không nghĩ Thompson sẽ ở lại T1 đâu.
And the closest we got to repeating that kind of magic was last year with Team Spirit's TI ĐA run. And like Lacoste mentioned, Miposhka was a veteran compared to the others, but 4 new players winning TI, that's also very impressive all of these years later.
Yeah, very much so. And we're not mentioning coaches because we only started counting coaches pretty late onwards. But I think we still need to. Nowadays, coaches are a very big part, of course, of the team. And Blitz has not actually played/coached at a TI yet. He's only been talented, Cenk.
Yeah, it feels like he has.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I think he's been boys with some of the Liquid guys for some time, and that doesn't really count as officially coaching. And Heen could also. This could be a second win as a coach.
Yep.
And then Jerax could also win for a second time, but this time as a coach. Aoi could win for a second time as a coach. So there's a lot of firsts that can happen with coaches in particular.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty crazy. We still have, of course, these in. Overall, every team has something.
Yeah, they do have a lot of experience, something to.
Trong 4 người này thì chỉ có Heen là người duy nhất không đạt được cái khiên dưới cái vị trí là người chơi, mà là dưới vị trí của một huấn luyện viên.
A lot of Dota ideas go back in time, like some of the counters and stuff you see, even from Dota 1 days. Like Dota is just very complicated game, and you need to have a good grasp on it. Like you need to know the history.
Yep, very, very complicated game indeed.
Yeah, just off of that info that showed up, I really do want to highlight AUI, who of course everybody knows and loves because he did work TI 10 last year after failing to qualify with Arkosh Gaming.
And he was kicked for that, just for the record.
It's actually his first year coaching, and he hasn't been doing it from the start of the competitive year. I believe he joined them halfway through on Tundra, and he has just done an incredible job. I mean, as far as coaching debuts go, I do think AUI has the best results probably ever. So just pat him on the back for that. I really do think he is one of the best minds that we currently have in Dota.
Yeah, it fits very well in the lineup of Tundra as well. We always say they're the innovators, they're the
Shiver! Welcome, my friends. I know you're in the middle of some deep analysis, but I wanted to give a moment of levity. Gentlemen, ladies, I would like to start Singapore's favorite game show. Hit the music, hit the logo. It's time for Forced 50%. You know the rules by now. Pencils down, laptops closed.
I got it.
And I have one extra layer introduced this time. Please look underneath your desks and you will find a 1 and a 2. These will represent which of the 2 heroes you will be selecting. Right now you see a Grimstroke and you see a Wyvern, but why are they on this screen? Well, it's because I want you to answer some questions. You at home can participate. I want you to tell me which of these heroes were picked more. I'm talking group stage, I'm talking playoffs.
Hero nào được pick nhiều hơn trong giải Wyvern?
gonna go one, Tsunami.
Wyvern.
You're going winner Wyvern.
Grimstroke rất là Grimstroke bản này khá là thọt.
Are we counting LCQ?
We are not counting LCQ. Good question.
I'm gonna do 2.
I didn't get that information, Tsunami.
You absolutely did. You should have paid attention.
I have all the information, and I'm gonna go with one, whether I had or didn't have that information, because I feel Grimstroke is in a really bad
Anh nhớ là
spot right
Isania
now.
của Liquid có đánh rồi này. Anh nhớ là có Gaming Gladiator cũng có đánh Wyvern rồi. Anh không nhớ. Anh không nhớ trận nào có Grimstroke.
Who has been picked more at TI 11?
Computer.
Oh my god, the anticipation is killing me.
All right.
3 games versus 2 games. Don't worry though. There
Ok,
will be more
2 game có
questions.
2 game Grimstroke à?
That's tight.
2 game là
That's
tight.
tight. It was a tight win.
Nhưng mà 2 game Grimstroke có thua đúng không?
That's why I like to keep it though. Let's see what the second question is. I want to know about these spirit heroes. You know, you hear a lot about Storm, but I want to know about the bad ones. Void Spirit, Ember Spirit. I'll give you a bit of a hint. Both of their win rates are garbage. They're in the 20% range, but which one has a slightly higher
Spirit
20%?
năm nay,
Cheater, let's
những
take
con
it
hero
off with you.
Spirit năm nay đều rất là win rate rất là tệ, thì anh đoán là Void Spirit. Anh đoán là Void Spirit bởi vì Ember hôm qua thua này.
12 is not an answer.
Void thì nhớ là có tạo player tốt hơn là Ember.
Okay.
Ember Spirit has won Dota games. Liquid won a Dota game versus Brood. However, Void Spirit is picked less, which gives him statistically a better chance.
Okay. And Jenkins.
I'm going to go ahead and say that Cheever pretends to be a host, but in reality, she's a better analyst than all of us. So I'm going to go 1, just copying her answer.
Here's the thing, though. You're not a better analyst than Twitch chat. And I hear Twitch chat is saying 2. Computer, please reveal which of these 2 Spirit brothers has the higher win rate.
No,
It's Ember Spirit.
Ember hả?
I'm so sorry.
Great job. You all got exposed.
We trust you, Shiver.
I'm never trusting you again.
It's okay.
A bunch of frauds on this panel, and I think I saw someone hiding.
Nhưng mà
over
Spirit
there.
nói chung là mấy con hero
Let's
Spirit
take
năm nay đều tập trung một điểm yếu là
I want to know which of these 2 heroes has a higher
các tương khắc quá trâu để chúng nó đánh
heals
được.
per minute. Dawnbreaker or Undying?
Heals per minute.
Oh, that's a
per
trick
minute.
question.
Heal per minute hồi máu.
Self-healing counts, doesn't it?
Anything that involves either Solar Guardian or Soul Rip counts.
Does healing a tombstone?
What about Wraith Pact?
No, it does not. Only
Tombstone
heroes.
would be
Khoai
like
nhỉ?
7
Khoai nhỉ?
HP.
Câu này
Wraith Pact Aura counts.
We have a new term,
Anh chọn-
HPM.
You're getting a little bit too in the weeds.
Anh chọn Dawnbreaker.
I'm gonna
Anh chọn
go
Dawnbreaker.
Going 1.
Bởi vì trong combat tổng Dawnbreaker sẽ hồi máu được nhiều hơn qua skill 3.
Does
I would go with
self-healing
one.
Anh đây anh chỉ có thể hồi máu trực tiếp được qua skill 2
passive count?
Yes, it could.
và item.
1, 1, 2,
Nhưng mà bởi vì Dawnbreaker chắc chắn sẽ lấy tay lần hồi máu
All right, let's see what it is.
và
Chat saying
được hồi máu từ
Undying.
ulti nữa.
Computer,
Nên anh nghĩ là
reveal the
Dawnbreaker.
correct
Đó.
answer. Oh, it's Dawnbreaker. What a shame.
He's
You hate
tricking
to
us.
see it. You hate to.
It's
Anh đây anh có hồi máu nhưng không thể hồi máu được nhiều và
Mean. Why?
Listen,
cho nhiều
Undying
người
should
được
be
bằng
better at
bằng
healing if you
Dawnbreaker.
wanted to stay on the screen. All right,
Undying
Dawn. We'll see you later. I've had a pleasure joining all of you for this little journey.
She's mean.
She's mean. She's mean. Let's see how mean she's going to be in these next 2 series, though, because I won't take any more of your time. I hope you all enjoyed another episode of Forced 50. Say it. Forced 50%.
But I have 0%.
54%.
It doesn't feel. I mean, I'm 0.
Well, because it's 3 questions, I feel like it's forced 33%, more than forced 50%.
That would still imply that.
Ok, để anh giải thích cho em nhé.
They do
Anh đây anh
spell
hồi máu
that.
rất là tầm.
It's really stupid.
Chỉ trong 2 trường hợp.
It's disgusting.
You know what is not very
Trường hợp duy nhất
History
và
is
cũng là trường hợp
actually
khả thi
very,
nhất
very
là
good
ở
and
xung quanh
very
có rất nhiều
interesting,
creep,
especially when taught by
có rất nhiều
our
người.
historian Imperial Flags.
Và trường hợp thứ hai là anh đây anh build theo đường hồi máu là có mech và có
Welcome back to the
cái gì?
DOTA
Cái đấy là cái
archives.
là gì ta?
Since your last visit, I've been extremely busy.
Anh hay gọi là cái
digging
oảng
yet
2.
deeper into the background of our beloved
Nhưng mà
game,
cái
and
vấn đề
have
là anh đây
stumbled
chỉ
upon a
hồi máu được cho
category
một người
which
một lúc,
previously nobody had
hiểu
thought
không?
to make content about.
Nhưng mà Dawnbreaker có thể hồi máu được cho tất cả đồng đội trong cái vùng đấy, miễn là Dawnbreaker gây ra sát thương. Và ulti của Dawnbreaker là global và có thể hồi máu ở mọi chỗ, miễn là có đồng đội. Ai đứng trong vòng của Dawnbreaker cũng được hồi máu và ai đứng trong tầm của Dawnbreaker cũng được hồi máu qua skill 3 của Dawnbreaker.
No failures here, of course. New
Nên
heroes
là
are universally beloved and certainly above reproach.
Every new hero that comes just ruins the game.
我觉得一推出就特别厉害的英雄，
Ну, я тебе так скажу, абсолютно любой герой на релизе это просто сумасшествие.
Honestly, a lot of the new heroes are really... No, it's Primal Beast. Primal Beast was the most broken hero.
Primal Beast, который всех выносил, это просто жесть было.
Primal Beast, just coming around the corner, you know?
Every single game you play versus a good Primal Beast, he's 20-0 at like minute 15.
就是受这个英雄他打破平衡，就是在于他那个刚出的时候伤害实在是太高了，然后他那个三维就是初始的力量包括血量都特别的赢把，然后就每把都会有这个英雄，如果没有被顶掉的话。
As soon as I saw Primal, I don't even know what to pick. I can't hit him in lane. I can't out CS him. He has 20 more damage than me level 1 for some reason. And he kills me from full HP.
Primal Beast and Marcy, both those heroes were like abominable on release. You literally, like, when they're on your screen, you're dead already. Like, it's too late if you see them. You have to not see them to be alive.
Interesting defensive stratagem. Merely avoid noticing the enemy. I've certainly had a lot of luck staying alive in Dota by simply not having any idea what's happening, and I'm sure our young professional there understands that.
Nó không thể cảm phát cũng hơi quá. Nói chung là
my good friend Sun Wukong the Monkey
Bomb
King,
Breaker,
introduced way back in
Primal Beast
2016, will be better received by our professionals.
Anh nghĩ Monkey King hồi mới ra mới là broken.
И Макака, который на первом уровне там 500 урона имел.
Monkey King hồi mới ra là cái thứ khó tin tưởng nhất, khó hiểu nhất.
Smack you across the map. His jingles would never run out. It did like 1 billion damage. It lifesteal to full.
I mean, the whole like no noise when you jump thing was really great. This just silent assassin just comes out of the trees. You can hiya, and then he stuns you, and then you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, no comment on that. Like, that was probably the most easiest hero to play when it came out. Get hit 4 times and I'm dead, like, okay.
Insane mobility, you cannot man fight, he just kills everything.
Monkey King là hero broken nhất chứ không phải là Primal Beast, không phải là Marcy. Quá kinh khủng.
That sounds like another member of our elite cadre, Kowlin, the Earth Spirit. Not new by any stretch of the imagination. This geological aberration has been with us since 2013. But when he first rolled into the game, well, personally, I think it was fine.
And before them, Earth Spirit had similar vibes to that. It's like he saw you and you were dead.
Earth Spirit là một hero rất khó chơi nhưng mà nó rất kinh khủng.
You're insta silent stunned. He has some reverse geomagnetic force staff thing going on. That here was something else.
I think the post stunts you do like.
Có lâu rồi em, có 5 năm trước rồi.
You just play for some like Jerax or Weeha and they just kill you off cooldown mid. You wouldn't even know what's happening.
当时好像他每个技能都特别厉害，然后输出也比较高，而且可以打中单或者拿很多绝活跟拿他上分。
Earth Spirit, it required some finesse, you know. You needed like some Jerax or crit out there, like, you know. Like I know the hero was really dumb when it came out, but I also like measure ease of like, you know, execution. And
Earth Spirit là Earth Spirit trong 4 con Spirit là khó chơi nhất.
You know, die.
Mixed feelings, certainly. But what about our next hero? Will they be afforded the benefit of the doubt? Can a group of 3 pyrotechnically gifted maniacs really be so bad?
Cái là một hero mới ra mà ít được chơi nhất hoặc là ít ấn tượng nhất thì chắc là Snapfire. TÄCHI thì thôi, TÄCHI thì dẹp đi, Mọi người phải biết rất là biết ơn là mọi người chơi Dota vào năm 2022 chứ không phải là mọi người chơi Dota vào năm ngoái. Hoặc là các năm trước. Đây là con hero khiến An nghỉ game 3 tháng. Đây là con hero khiến An nghỉ game 3 tháng. Đây là con hero khiến An nghỉ game 3 tháng sau một trận hơn 3 tiếng. An thắng trận đấy mà An cảm thấy trong người An không còn một cái gì, không còn một cái gì. Không, như kiểu linh hồn của An nó trống rỗng. Tại sao An phải chơi cái game đấy? Tại sao An phải đối đầu với cái con đấy ngoài 3 tiếng? Nó sợ TÄCHI rồi.
That like the old techies, you know. Like, sorry to you, but
I have nothing good to say about TÄCHI. Slacks, I'm sorry.
I'm super glad the hero's gone. May he never return. I'm sorry, Slacks. I know that hurts you. It cuts you deeply.
Find a new game. Find a new game.
Oh dear. Damning indictments all around there.
Không phải vụ gì ấy mà chỉ là cái bản chất của con hero đấy mà. Bản chất của con hero đấy nó làm cái game Em không thể làm gì được kể cả trong thế thắng. Mỗi một bước đi của em là một sự run sợ. Và em sẽ bị đấu trí, em sẽ bị cân não chỉ vì một cái biển cấm. Nó cắm biển ra và em không biết là em nên tiến vào hay không. Ở đấy có bom hay không, em không biết. Em không thể soi được bom trong cái biển đấy. Nó như là cái hiệu ứng Scordiger Cat ấy. Con mèo Scordiger ấy. Để con mèo trong hộp nó có chết hay chưa ấy.
Not just pros. I think every
không biết
Dota
được.
player out there hated the hero, the way he functioned. I think two best changes in Dota throughout the 10, 11 years was changing techies and also changing that you cannot pause the
Không
game.
quét được em không dò được bom ở trong biển.
Thank you so much.
Bom ở chỗ hát thì ok, nhưng bom ở xung quanh cái biển cắm đấy em không dò được.
As pub players, we're traumatized. Even professional players are traumatized by that hero. It just speaks volumes. Actually, the fastest GG in Dota that I can remember of recent memory is last year, LGD versus Aster in some OGA tournament. 13-minute GG called versus Zinq techies. They just didn't even want to try. They just died a couple of times and said, F this. This hero sucks.
Yeah.
They did it out. I'll never forget that.
The greatest proponent of the anti-techies movement is actually a gentleman, TÄI ĐA, who did win the international with techies.
Yeah.
And when you are a millionaire from playing a particular character and still want it to be removed, there's a pretty good reason. Pretty good reason to delete it.
I'm happy it changed for sure. I know someone who is not, and someone who's outside catching some fresh air right now. It's
6-7 năm thì con hero nó cũng được sửa, nhưng mà trong 6-7 năm đấy cái đau đớn mà người ta phải chịu với con hero nó quá nhiều.
Yeah, we're in CEO, baby. Only the sickest freaks are playing out here today. Speaking of which, we're at the secret shop. The show was already open, but I thought I'd talk to some fans very casually. Hello, sir. Why aren't you in the arena? The show has already started.
I'm a broke uni student. I don't have tickets, so I'm just have to.
You're just here for the shop.
And, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, here you go. Here's a little that. That's a very enjoy. Why are you not inside right now?
Collecting my ticket.
Do you have a
Các bạn, những cái người chơi Dota năm nay, những năm gần đây sẽ không thể biết được cái cơn ác mộng của meta sniper và troll, không biết được sự kinh khủng của con khỉ khi mới ra, không biết độ broken của con Mars khi mới ra, không biết cái meta Deadpool của Death Prophet với Razor.
I'm so jealous of you guys. I have to queue up for my plushie.
Oh, well, don't worry. Here's a free plushie right here. And where are those techies fans in the back? Oh, yeah. And one more. Anybody want? There you go. Oh, that's a surprise one. It went behind. Yeah, that's good. All right, now I do have one challenge here.
Nhiều lắm. Nói chung là nó qua những giai đoạn lịch sử mà. Còn cả cái giai đoạn con Necro đó. Không ai trị được con Necro. Cái meta mà cứ thấy Necro là muốn quát game đó.
Ladies and gentlemen, the crowd is hyped, the heat is right. Let us trade sweat, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. It feels good. Back to you.
I don't know if that feels good. I feel a little sorry for it.
I feel like with Slacks, you can always tell when he regrets that he had said something right after he says it.
Please don't fire me.
It's like every moment could be his last.
I mean, that's a unique way to do things. All right, so we have 2 series of Dota 2 today. And our first one is going to be between Team Liquid and Team Secret. 2 teams from Western Europe, 2 teams who didn't qualify, 2 teams who have not had the best year, Effie.
Có ban em ơi, nhưng mà cái tỷ lệ ban chỉ là 50-50. Tất nhiên thì có những cái lúc nó sẽ ban đè lên con tướng khác để nó có mở, để nó không ban được hết á. Có những người thường người ta không ban, có những người ta vào người ta chơi người ta cứ để nó không ban này.
Ended the year with 78 DPC points. I mean, that is an abysmal year. The transformation in the last few months was insane.
It's awesome. Let's bring on the players. It's Team Liquid first.
Liquid
and crush those responsible.
Liquid.
What a road this team has made it to the final day. They did not qualify first time round. They did not qualify on points, and then last chance qualifier. They did not qualify first, they qualified second, and here they are on the final day. They're your top three. It is Team Liquid, and they're getting ready to take the booth to play against the other team that came through the last chance qualifier. It's Team Secret.
Cái là yếu mà. Bây giờ cần farm rất là nhiều, nên đâm ra là không phù hợp với meta này. Cái meta mà 20 phút mà mọi thứ đánh ầm ĩ ở đây này.
Secure their place in the grand finals yesterday. They are looking to do so today, though. They have one opponent to go through before having potentially a rematch with Tundra. We'll see if Team Secret can make it all the way here today. They definitely have looked on fire and leveled up through this tournament. Same can be said for Team Liquid. Now, we obviously love talking about both of these squads. We really, really do. But we also really love listening to them talk about each other. Here is Team Liquid on Team
Liquid.
I think Team Secret during this event, they really
Zero không, Zero là một con hero đánh nhau sớm. Zero là một con, nó là một trong những con carry hiếm hoi trong game mà có thể tham gia combat team một sớm luôn á. Bởi vì cái ultimate và cái bộ skill của nó rất là kiểu thêm về team fight ấy. Ông em có flash cannon, em có thể bắn được toàn bộ đối thủ trong vòng bán kính đấy. Em có cooldown để thả ulti để gây slow và gây down lên một vùng to lớn rất là rộng. Em có rocket barrage để solo 1-1 nếu cần. Và em có homing missile để em gây stun cho đối phương. Zyro là một hero mà early em farm, em được cover để farm cũng tốt, mà early em stick với team để đánh nhau cũng hay. Nhưng mà có một cái đợt Zyro rất là hot, bởi vì early Zyro rất là khỏe, nhưng mà về sau Zyro bị nấp lên một chút ấy. Nó có một sự thay đổi trong cái talent của Zyro, nó cứ đảo cái vị trí talent thì cái Zyro không có mạnh được nhiều trước. Nhưng cũng có một đợt Zyro rất là mạnh, nhưng mà không đến cái mức khó chịu, không đến mức khó chịu.
I was really happy that we didn't have to play them in the last year's qualifiers, so we both could end up qualifying. And now, if we do have to end up playing them, I hope for it to be in the grand finals. That way, I think we'll get a finals that I would be like, no matter the results, like I would be kind of okay with.
A lot of love, a lot of respect between these two teams, and how else can it be? Zai has played 3 internationals with Team Secret. And of course, Zai and Matu last year, they were at this very point in the tournament. They came third with Team Secret. Now they're on the other side, and only one team can advance. Jenkins, that is heartbreaking.
That's right, Shiver. This is a grudge match between these teams.
Love and respect. Grudge.
Yeah, lots of respect, lots of love. But in, you know, brotherhood, there's also you want to be better than your older brother. You know, you see your older brother playing video games, you want to beat his ass at the video game.
Yeah, playing with unplugged
năm ngoái Matumaman và Zai đều ở Team Liquid, Team Secret và vào top 3. Năm nay Matumaman và Zai ở trong Team Liquid và vào top 3.
Regarding Zai and Matu leaving, and
Puppy is
already
vào top 3, hãy có Matumaman và Zai trong team.
Top 4 and at least 5 TIs.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
It's crazy.
And I want to say, you know, if I can see a pattern, it was Puppy who placed 5th at TI 8, placed 4th at TI 9, and at TI 10 he got the 3rd place. So I think he's getting at least a 2nd place here.
I mean, the pattern has to continue, but I feel that this match is a little personal for Puppy, maybe more personal than for current Liquid, because like Jenkins just mentioned, in that interview, he wanted to stay and play with these players, but they left him.
Yep.
So surely he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder in the sense that it's going to be like, okay, I'll show you.
Yeah, and they have, I mean, They have done very well. That I don't know. I don't think it's a garage carrying them.
Hôm qua Zayat của team Secret ấy, có cái game 2 game 2 của Secret đối với cả Tundra thì Zayat đã có cái hành động hơi khiếm nhã là đứng dậy tom đối thủ kiểu hò hét sang bên đối thủ ấy. Đây là game 3 Secret bị phạt mất 1 phút ban pick.
Yeah, because he's been so consistent throughout the ever since he's pretty much started playing professional Dota back in the Kingwin days, even a team before that. Puppy is the one who recognizes talent so quickly, and Nisha has been so stable. I don't think I can recall a game where Nisha had a really bad game. It's how good he is. It's pretty insane.
And speaking of that, I remember in an interview last year after TI 10, Nothing to Say was asked about the mid laners that he faced at TI, and he said that overwhelmingly and by far the most difficult player to go up against in the mid lane mechanically is Nisha. That it was just a tier above everybody else, and most players are kind of scared of going up against
something about this player. He does some cool play, and then you see his face on camera, and it's just a big smile. You know, he acknowledged it, like, yeah, I did that.
He loves Dota. Yeah,
and he has a good smile as well to do that with, for sure.
Yeah.
And he's going up against a guy on your screen right now, Mickey, there on your left. I must say, I mean, Mickey last year, he wasn't even a mid player. He played carry. This guy has leveled up tremendously.
Yeah, both Boxy and Mickey, honestly, there was a lot of criticism of these two, or I guess people were not sure of how it was going to go, swapping these players' roles in order to make way for the new players that were joining Team Liquid. And they're carrying so tremendously hard in this tournament. I mean, I feel like obviously we're at the top 3 right now, so every single player has shown up in some series in some way. But with Mickey and Boxy, it really feels like a bit of a redemption arc, because it felt like a lot of people didn't believe in them, but their teammates believed in them enough to play with them. Even TÄIGA saying like, yeah, you know, I stepped out so that way because I did still believe in them as players and that they could do it. And man, they've shown up.
I agree completely. And I also think that fluidity of when you recently switch roles, when you were carrying
from Liquid.
There you go. Nice. When you recently switch roles, when you go from a recent carry player to a mid player,
anh nghĩ là trận này hai team sẽ ban pick rất là tôn trọng nhau luôn. Anh nghĩ anh dự đoán một là Secret sẽ ban Nyx. Secret sẽ ban Nyx và
every possible way, but he's always hitting his timings. He's rotating to the correct side lanes, and
và
he
Lestrak,
knows when
Nyx và
the
Lestrak.
enemy carries timing is.
Đấy là hai cái ban tôn trọng cho Foxy và Zai. Và bên phía Liquid sẽ trả lại trong một thời điểm nào đó ở draft là ban Kunka và ban
Like this team is one of the teams
ban
that they don't
Kunka
play
và
heroes, they play heroes.
ban
It's because of these role swaps.
không biết là ban Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, let's see how they do on this first match of the day. Let's head over for the draft.
Kunka hoặc là
Secret versus
con gì của Nisha ta?
Liquid.
Nisha Kunka với mình nữa.
And here we are, you wonderful crowd, you beautiful people
out
there. We're taking
a
look at the first game of the day. I'm joined with a couple of very accomplished players as well as Trent. Trent, how's it going over there? We've got wonderful TÄIGA and Amar. ATF, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Excited for the game? You excited for the series? I hear you guys might be a bit biased.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the series. I know Liquid is going to win, so I'm looking forward to it.
And you know, of course, ATF,
let's rock.
Watching one of your former
ban Dawnbreaker của Resolution. Đấy, đấy là một ban tôn trọng. Không nghĩ là ban Dawnbreaker nhưng mà ban tức là Liquid rất tôn trọng con Dawnbreaker của Resolution. Lấy bóng của Resolution.
As we see the Marcy band out as well as the Lesh and the Dawnbreaker. Tell me how you feeling about these two drafts.
Well, I mean, we're coming off a break, right? Everyone had all this time to prepare for their last matchup, and now we're back into the more standard format of the bracket. Like, they just had their games yesterday, found out who your opponent is right now. Like last night, you had your little chance to prepare, and so you're coming in with some fresh ideas of where you want to start with. And Liquid, they look to be targeting, at least like many teams have discussed, this idea of the off lane and how they want to play from there, particularly with how good Secret
có cái Land of Land của Boxy với Zai luôn.
So guys, Enigma, how good is this hero? Talk to me about what you guys are seeing in this draft already. Is there anything that's sticking out to you?
I mean, I think this first pick from Liquid has been pretty classic. Enigma as a hero now is absolutely imber. We started it in Stockholm Major and we
Primal Beast không phải là meta nào, không phải là cái matchup nào cũng nên đánh. Đặc biệt là khi mà người ta đã có một cái bài nhất định ấy, bởi vì cái bất lợi của Primal Beast, cái bất lợi lớn nhất của Primal Beast là càng về late game Primal Beast scale về sau rất là thấp. Có rất nhiều cách để Primal Beast bị phôi hóa trong combat đúng không? Bị silent, bị break, bị lock, hoặc là đơn giản là vào đấm chết Primal Beast trước khi nó có thể làm bất kỳ cái gì. Bởi vì Primal Beast một khi bị break ấy, nó rất là yếu, và Primal Beast có một cái điểm yếu cực kỳ lớn mà ít ai để ý, đấy là giáp của nó rất là thấp. Nó là tướng strength máu rất là dày, ok, nhưng mà cái giáp của nó rất là thấp, nên bất kỳ một carry đánh năm vật lý là một đủ khỏe để đánh ấy, như kiểu Hero Blade, chỉ cả Drow Ranger đều có thể bắn chết Primal Beast trước khi nó kịp làm gì luôn. Nó trâu nhưng không phải là không có cách trị, bởi vì là em mới, đúng không, em mới chơi game thì em chưa có nhiều cái kiến thức để mình có thể tạo một cái theory craft để mình đánh được nó. Phantom Assassin vừa sức, Phantom Assassin hoàn toàn có thể đánh được chết Primal Beast chỉ với một cái shot và một cái đề xô. Bởi vì khi mà em có shot, em vô hiệu hóa được skill 3 của Primal Beast. Khi em có đề xô, em chém xuyên vào giáp của Primal Beast, và Primal Beast sẽ làm gì với em?
Thinking too much about the black hole, but in reality, this raid pack item, when it got released, Enigma just got 10 times better. So you have a stuns, you have a midnight pulse.
Secret có Zai là post 4, Zai là post 3, Boxy là post 4.
That sounds scary. I mean, yeah, when you talk about it, we've seen Boxy play this Tusk so many times, and he just.
Con Silencer của bên Secret cũng rất là hay nhá, bởi vì Silencer đấy có thể chơi được dưới vị trí là post 5 hoặc là post 3. Đó, anh bảo sẽ ban Kunka của Nisha, mà Kunka của Nisha tởm lắm. Kunka của Nisha rất là tởm. Đây là cái điều chắc chắn phải ban rồi. Kunka là một con tướng kiểm soát cái nhịp độ trận đấu cực kỳ tốt, và nếu với một cái line up mà có thể follow up được với Kunka thì carry của bên Secret sẽ có thời gian rất là dễ thở để farm luôn. Bởi vì cái hay của đấy là Kunka bị nerf rồi nhá. Kunka trước bản 7.31 có thể đi combat liên tục từ phút thứ 6 trở đi đến hết game luôn, mà không phải về nhà một lần nào. Nhưng mà đợt về sau thì bị tăng cái thời gian cooldown của cái tàu lên thì đỡ hơn một chút. Nhưng
likely the offlane is probably still going to be picked here from Team Secret.
Kunka mạnh nhất ở level 8. Ở level 8 chắc chắn sẽ có mạng.
In terms of like how well this lane goes, it tends to really dictate how much pressure they have across the entire map for Team Secret. Is there anything here that you guys would say like you should be really worried about that Rezo could pick up in this phase?
Có một cái nữa mà Liquid sẽ nhắm nhiều vào mid với offlane của Secret là bởi vì cái này là cái trình độ đúng không? Mid của Liquid không bằng mid của Secret. Nisha của Secret là chắc hiện tại là anh nghĩ là top 2 mid của thế giới luôn. Top 2, top 3. Nếu như Unsep thì Unsep Nisha, Nine của Tundra và chắc là Nothing to Say của LGD. Chứ còn lại Nisha không ngắm một thằng nào cả. Đó, lượt ban tiếp theo của bên Liquid lại nhắm vào Pangolier, là nhắm vào cả Zai lẫn cả Nisha, vì Pangolier đều có thể vận hành được chiến thuật của post 3 và post 2.
Which draft would you guys each feel a little bit more comfortable playing at this point in time in the game as we get going into this next phase of the picks here?
Bên Secret bên Enchantress, bởi vì Enchantress có khả năng đi lane rất là tốt, của mà Insania có thể chơi, hoặc thậm chí là Zai cũng có thể chơi được. Ban bắt chơi là vì tôn trọng Natumaman. Natumaman bắt chơi của Natumaman là 100% great.
Liquid for sure, like it made the Secret 15 hard, like they don't know what to pick on 15. They have to show.
Anh là God đấy à?
Dodge the the right counter pick unless they just decide to like all in. Like
you mentioned how like second pick feels really good right now, right? This idea of like the end of the draft, you have this opportunity for the double counter pick. A lot of people refer to where you get to see something, respond, see something, respond, and the fact that they're struggling at this point in the draft is generally a pretty good sign for Liquid, right?
Chắc con touch là Enigma đây để ăn cái avatar của sao?
That's a good hero for the lane against Enigma. If you think it's an Enigma off lane, laning into sniper is not the easiest because the travels on his auto attack actually kill idlers. Like Enigma right now, idlers like 1 and 3, like they die to magic damage.
Yeah.
So I think it's good.
Vậy là Secret sẽ vận hành con sniper giống team Aster hôm qua. Tức là Secret sẽ phải pick ít nhất một người để bao bọc cho sniper bởi vì Secret sẽ không muốn như bị như Aster hôm qua. Transform của Isenia, của Mikke toàn là lập những cái lực ban rất tôn trọng nhau chứ không phải là ban để nó vận hành một cái chiến thuật nào đấy.
And also, like, they should like complement the sniper with 2 more heroes that, like, at least like one initiator, like some tank who will just eat the damage and not die.
Yeah, I feel like Liquid should look at Night Stalker. I feel like a type Night Stalker hero would be very good for the draft right now against the 3 heroes in Secret.
Em vào chơi vang một game mà làm biết Nix nó chạy như nào.
Like, let's say Anna's ulti. Get on top of them, there's like they drop all support.
Lifestealer. Súng vào sổng Lifestealer. Lich, the guy.
Afterwards, the immediate Lich. So we've seen Frost Armor be really difficult for some teams to deal with. What do you think about these 2 picks here?
I mean, the Lich concept was like to counter the SF because SF is just like right click, and it's the same thing for Sniper. Like Sniper just right clicks, and there is like. It's not like there is some slut who steals your stats or Ursa who has fewer.
Xem được pick của nó cái gì? Vậy là Liquid còn chưa có mid. Beastmaster cho Resolution.
Now moving in, we get ourselves a Beastmaster, so not necessarily a hero that's been doing too well lately. I feel like he's kind of fallen down that totem pole in terms of like the summons, where it's he tends to dominate a lot of the Dota meta because of his ability to have the summons, and he has this Magic Community piercing stun that you're always able to rely on. But it is more vision. And would you consider this
cả hai bên còn chưa pick mid.
A little bit of like a test to go in? Feels like it's a bit more finesse based because you have to rely more on your vision as opposed to just like a big body, right?
I mean, it's still Beastmaster like you strongest hero on
Không, Ode đối với Nix có một chết. Ode đối với Nix có một chết.
Nobody can move.
Một bên mana thì chắc có lên bảng luôn mất.
These heroes also are like very bad into Beast. Like they cannot like just run into him. Like there's no ball.
Không.
Spells they feel like they're just running to their
death. Ode không chịu được Nike nhá. Bởi vì Nike có rage. Ode không khó giết Lich bởi vì Lich có Fast Shield. Ode khó giết Fast vì Touch có Snowball. Và Ode càng không muốn nhảy vào con Enigma vì nó có Black Hole. Ode là một con mà chỉ nên pick khi mà đội bên kia không có một hero nào đấy mà có thể vô hiệu hóa Ode.
The Beastmaster, which is a very good lane, by personal experience. But the thing is, they already picked this post 5 Lich, so the second pick that Secret have actually benefits them so well because they get an 18 pick Beast. They know that Enigma is not in the lane, so the power of second pick.
So
Ban Mars của Zai. Của vậy hả?
Not happening. The flex is not worth. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Thì tức là bên Secret sẽ vẫn sợ có khả năng là touch đi mid hả? Vì thằng Nine của Thuần ra bày lên cái trò touch đi mid, nên là bây giờ có vẻ cái trò đấy hơi hịnh.
I think
chơi TÄ có pick TÄ 1-2 lần gì đấy nhưng mà rất không có khả thi.
They run with the old classic Enigma toss lane. Like Lich is like pretty balanced lane, I will say.
Ban basic để chống counter Nike.
Team fight, you know, like protect my sniper with primal room, buff him with aura, Nick scout for me, global silence. If they black hole me, you know, they all reliant on the sniper to actually be able to hit. But I think that with this Lich being picked, not exactly sure who's gonna, you know, who's gonna come out victors.
I mean, like Liquid drafts are like more about like if I had to already choose, like liquid drafts are about lanes. If their lanes are good, like they might just like secret draft, like even though secret heroes are look better
Một
against
con nào có thể
liquid,
nhảy
but
vào
just
đấm được
because of the
cả
laning
Silencer
advantage,
và
they will not be able to get their timings on secret. So liquid will have
hoặc là một con thu hút đủ sự chú ý của Beastmaster với cả của mid bên kia để có thể touch cái này nhảy vào bên trong. Không nghe chú Linh nói gì hả? Để tăng voi của chú Linh, tăng voi chú Linh. Primal Beast mid.
I mean, that's pretty interesting. I don't think I've seen much of Nick at Final Beast, so not sure if it's his comfort hero.
Thì đúng như cái gì em vừa nói là một là cái hero đấy phải nhảy vào backline, hay là hero đủ thu hút đủ cái tầm ngắm của bên kia để cho Nike nhảy vào bên trong. Cũng được. Liquid đánh phá đội hình rất tốt.
Nix can like Carapace and Silencer can global in his BKB ulti, so it's not really that. It's just about their timings. Like they just think about their timings.
Let's play some DOTA.
And of course, if they can find that silencer, one of the big things for the key components in these drafts. Secret down to the wire here as well. As we're still looking for their hero.
Không nghĩ là bốn Void Spirit hay Ember Spirit
sẽ
được
really
pick,
needs to
bởi
watch
vì
out for the early game
Ember với
because
Void
I think
không
they need
set
to
được cái
deal
đám
with
này.
this beast, and they also like can't rely on the black hole for the late game. So the mid game is like the most important timing thing.
The last pick, Morblade. This has consistently been a huge hero for this entire tournament. Is it enough? Right now, what do you guys think? Team Secret or Team Liquid? Which one are you two favoring?
Flex. Nisha pick con này Flex này.
The draft looks worse, even though the draft looks good. But I will always go with Secret. I want the one who I want to win. I will always cheer.
I will always go for Liquid, of course, but I feel like this.
Nếu Liquid không ăn được game này sớm, Liquid thua. Gọi luôn. Liquid không ăn được sớm mà để con Nisha, con bốc linh của Nisha khỏe. Liquid thua. Kinh khủng lắm.
We do have ourselves now another round here as we are getting into this lower bracket finals. We've heard from the pros, now we got to hear from the coach as we're going to head on over to Sir Action Slacks with the interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Blitz from Team Liquid. Blitz, another game with them picking Sniper against you. I know you guys lost to Sniper a few times, but everyone seems to think this is your weakness here. Have you guys fixed this? I mean, you did survive Aster after all.
No, it's pretty broken against us. We just kind of hope our best, you know, don't pick it, but, you know, I hope Tundra also just keeps first phasing it. It'd be pretty fun.
Last pick Primal Beast, the crowd was gasping out there. Very unexpected to come that late in the draft. Any particular reason why you guys did it so late?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit to recognize the situations where the hero's going to be good. Somebody suggested it. It sounded pretty nice. And yeah, I mean, Mickey seemed like he really wanted to play it. It's a fun main stage hero, too. You know, we're also here to entertain and stuff like that. Rezel told me before, let's just have good games.
All right.
Exciting.
Absolutely. And any words out there to silencer counterpickers for first pick Enigma out there watching right now? Do you feel like that's a dirty tactic, or is that completely fine?
I think we're like 6-0 against Silencer with Enigma in this tournament. No, that's not trash talk.
Oh man!
It's just math. It's just math.
Well, you know, math can never be toxic, and I'm 100% sure that this will be one heck of a game. So let's shoot it over to our casters.
Oh my goodness. Sir Action Slacks always there to let us know that math is not toxic, but what is toxic is his pub play. As Trent, we get ready to go into this lower bracket finals, Liquid versus Secret. We're here, it was last chance qualifier teams, and they made it the whole freaking day. How's it going?
Another last chance qualifier. It's the same thing, right? That's all the lower bracket final really is. It's your last chance to get there, to the grands, to fight them once again.
It's true, definitely. As we already paused in this game, we talked to the pros. You know, we had the wonderful TÄGA ATF on. They seemed, even though they weren't willing to fully say it,
even though they were incredibly biased for the teams they wanted to win.
Exactly. Of course, is the sort of background there.
Chú Linh đợi thì chú Linh quay lại. Chú Linh vừa đá chân vào ổ điện. Má ơi, không thể tin được.
But they are going to be having to watch on from the sidelines here as we get into this game. Matumba Man playing on the Lifestealer here. Is already sitting in this mid lane. What do you think about that Primal Beast pick? It got there towards the end. They said it's a crowd pleaser.
Yeah, it's very interesting because, well, like you said, you want to appease the crowd with the Primal Beast, sure. But Primal Beast, when you think about some of the problems the heroes had, you can see them on the other side. Like when I'm playing against Primal Beast and I'm getting upset, all I can think are things like, man, I wish I could stun this through BKB. Like, no bigger BKB stun for this game because this hero relies on it so heavily, right? Like, that's the whole kit of this hero is just relying. Doesn't matter what role you're trying to get that BKB as fast as you can. And he's dealing with the roar as well as that global silence.
Mickey không, Primal Beast không có khả năng giết Morphling, bởi vì Morphling sẽ vẫn luôn thoát ra khỏi chỗ đấy. Và
we saw some of the most dominant performances in a long time in the LCQ has fallen by the wayside a little bit. A nice stun to
nhưng mà farm với Primal Beast rất là mệt.
Look like indeed they're going to be able to pick up a couple of these bounty runes heading down to the south there. We'll have to watch and wait as two apiece. Chrysalis forcing back Boxy a bit, who again has just looked so good on this Tusk, on melee fours in general. He's been having a great tournament.
Yeah, kind of, we were talking about this idea of you can't ban out ATF, you can't ban out Boxy at this point, right? The Mercy, the Tusk, and the Clockwork, that last chance qualifying coming to TI have just all been super solid for him.
Không tất cả hitbox của hero trong Dota bằng nhau hết. Nếu như kiểu em click vào cái đuôi của con Primal Beast sẽ không đánh được vào cái đuôi.
Watching this mid lane here, and you want a long time storyline for Team Secret. It is Lucia with the Morphling.
Có một số con lân lẹo được hồi xưa là không biết là sở chơi nhưng mà con Enchantress có hitbox nhỏ hơn bình thường nhưng sở rồi. Willow cũng thế.
It literally feels like there's games where it is the best hero in Dota. You take over the stats of the other heroes with that Aghanim Scepter build, and then it just feels like an unstoppable monster. So again, we'll have to see if they can build up that momentum through the laning stage and get themselves where they want to go on Team Liquid. As already blocking off that small camp, but Tumbaman pulls the wave back behind. They're going to get the D ward and then go and contest.
Storm không, mà cái đầu Morphling là ra trước cái đầu của Storm. Bởi vì Morphling nó là màu xanh lá cây á, nên là cái đồ cũng theo thế thôi. Không có gì cả. Đầu khẩu của Morphling khá là rẻ.
It also depends on like the various ways that you can
cái tay của Morphling
be a little bit more active on this hero. You have so many cool options and combinations that you can do now with the changes to the ultimate on the hero, where you're becoming this opposite hero and trying to like take advantage of their abilities while also reducing their stats.
Yeah, it's incredibly strong. Some ring around the rosy there. So he heads off. We'll get
trận này bởi vì trận này Liquid muốn đánh nhau sớm ấy, cho nên là cái lúc grab thì Secret nhận ra cái điều đấy, thế là Secret pick Beastmaster. Thì Beastmaster có khả năng triệu hồi được con chim để soi tầm nhìn. Đấy là một cái cách kiểm soát map rất là tốt, và ngoài ra Beastmaster có thể gọi ra con lợn hoặc mua thêm cái Helm of Dominator để gọi thêm đẻ. Thì những cái hero mà điều khiển đẻ là những cái hero được kiểm soát map cũng như là kiểm soát cái nhịp trận đấu rất là tốt ở cái meta hiện tại. Nên là đánh nhau với Primal Beast cũng khá là đánh nhau với cả Beastmaster cũng khá là mệt. Bởi vì Liquid muốn đi đánh nhau thì phải có tầm nhìn, nhưng mà nếu như mà cái tầm nhìn của Liquid bị khống chế bởi Secret trước ấy thì Liquid đánh nhau sẽ rất là bất lợi, bởi vì Secret lúc nào cũng sẽ biết là đừng có định xông vào mình nữa là mình có thể phản ứng được luôn. Thì cái trò chơi tầm nhìn của game này rất là quan trọng. Bị đập đầu thôi.
Safe draft, safe lanes, everyone just chilling out. But safety is not necessarily the best thing for Team Liquid, as we were discussing throughout the draft here. This idea of getting this early lead, getting this early head start. 3 minutes in, they're not really there yet.
No, but they do play a little bit of intercept there. Boxy trying to.
Anh thấy cái kiểu của Crystal nâng sắc nồi lên vào đầu, bởi vì ui chết, không chết. Bởi vì cái meta đợt này sniper không có lên điểm sắp nổ mà lên 2-3, lên headshot với cả lên take aim, thế nên là cái việc lấy sắp nổ để kiểm soát cái lane của mình rất là hay. Nhưng mà bây giờ sẽ là bất lợi, bởi vì tất cả 3 tràng sắp nổ bị dùng hết rồi. Coi như cái skill đấy là vô dụng. Đúng rồi, sắp nổ là skill 1.
flirting with some great body blocks coming in from Zai, but they will get away.
And that aggressive vision plays down there, almost helping them get that kill. Like, try and get a couple chances there, just narrowly missed by the sentry that was there from Team Secret as well, but doesn't result in the kill this time, just burns up a lot of that regen that was there from Chrysalis. And Puppy got a little bit of time off, just kind of wander around, get some stacks, scouting things out. Up top, Sides has also been very free.
Ở trên top, Secret sẽ không thể giết được lên team của Liquid. Bởi vì Lich rất là khỏe. Cái khiên băng của Lich, cái Frost Shield ấy, là cái skill 3 của Lich ấy. Nó cho phép bản thân Lich hoặc là đồng đội được bóp vào ấy, giảm đến 30% sát thương. Rồi, Primal Beast đó. Ôi. Đây là cái điều khiến Primal Beast rất là mạnh. Primal Beast có thể đi đánh nhau được rất là sớm. Có lẽ hiện tại là sớm nhất trong cả game DOTA luôn.
Bit close on that one, but yeah, I mean, that kind of speaks to how these lanes are going because like Mickey almost feels pressured, I think, to make that move around, right?
Nhưng mà đấy là biết là mạnh, nhưng mà nếu như không làm thế thì Primal Beast sẽ thua thiệt với cả Morphling rất sớm. Primal Beast là ban phát đúng rồi. Là bộ plastic level 175 thì phải.
This has been constant from them. Level 5 on Rezos, Matumba Man's coming on in to contest this pull again. Still has to deal with those boars.
Cái điều trên lane top của Secret muốn làm là resolution phải đầy được top. Càng sớm càng tốt. Càng sớm càng tốt để kiểm soát trận, để kiểm soát cái khu rừng của bên Liquid, để ngăn cái việc farm của Nike lại.
Couple punches, Isha right there. A DD is very strong morph, but will manage to get out of there. Mickey.
Ok, và có một cái phản ứng khá là hay là Primal Beast có thể hút qua được cái gai của Nyx. Bởi vì thường khi mà Nyx bật gai lên ấy là cái Spike Carapax Skill 3 ấy, bất kỳ người gây sát thương nào lên Nyx đều sẽ bị stun. Thế nhưng mà Primal Beast có thể hút qua được. Này mới này.
Comeback.
Con Primal Beast nó hút được qua cái gai của con Nyx là con. Hôm nay em mới thấy. Nhưng mà Primal Beast khi hút mà hút vào Bara đang hút, Primal Beast bị stun. Cái đấy chắc em thử biết. Em không hút được Spirit Breaker.
Wait a minute. No. He's gonna get out of there, I think. He's trying to switch over strength for him. Snowball keeps him on them. Stun. Couple more punches coming from the
Primal Beast bóc linh khó lắm. Bởi vì Primal Beast, cái nam của Primal Beast ra theo thời gian ấy. Mà con Mob Linh thì nó không sợ cái đấy. Nó không hồi máu.
Hồi máu theo thời gian.
Đấy, nó lại gây strength theo thời gian. Không nhớ Jeff. Spirit Breaker khi phi qua Nyx, Spirit Breaker sẽ bị stun. Chắc chắn 100%. Cái này chắc chắn 100%, nhưng Primal Beast thì không bị. Thì cái đấy hơi khó hiểu. Bởi vì game sẽ tính cái cơ chế là bất kỳ một cái sát thương nào gây ra lên con Nyx khi mà nó có gai ấy, là cái người gây ra sát thương nó sẽ bị stun luôn. Bất kể nó ở xa mức nào, kể cả em có đứng ở bên kia bản đồ em với sát thương vào người nó em vẫn bị stun. Không biết stun mà còn bị phản là cái đợt đam mà em gây ra vào người luôn, người em luôn. Thì đấy là cái lý do anh không hiểu cái đoạn đấy.
Nó giống kiểu cái vụ cái lồng con OD ấy. Cái lúc mà úp vào xong rồi lúc mà thả ra cái mình vẫn bấm được BKB ấy.
Đúng rồi, chính xác đúng rồi. Cái đấy cũng là một cái rất là vô lý, là cái khoảnh khắc mình thoát ra khỏi cái lồng đấy mình sẽ bị nhận đam, nhưng mà nếu như mình bật BKB được thì mình không bị mất đam á. Cái khoảnh đấy cũng rất là buồn cười.
Giống kiểu là nó có mấy giây kiểu như là bất tử, xong rồi thằng nào mà bấm BKB nhanh là lại không bị dính kill.
And really holding this positioning mid with Sides and Puppy, trying to pressure this mid tower. And besides, you know, the frost shield's not up for 10 seconds. This looks pretty free.
Yeah, they're taking it down. No glyph available. Moves in, gets the tower, doesn't get the last hit. That time was spent with Primal Beast farming the jungle a little bit.
Chẳng 9 phút nó vẫn 2-1.
Safe. Thì đúng không, bây giờ Liquid muốn giết bên Liquid có bị cái là không có nút đam, chỉ có touch với cả lick, nhưng mà lick thì cũng rất là theo thời gian, touch thì cũng rất là xông vào.
Chắc phải đợi BH có Blink.
Ôi sao? Ôi!
Ồ kìa.
Ồ, khóa sao lại bị cancel vậy ta? Có tự cancel à?
Hình như là tự cancel rồi.
Tự cancel đó là xin là con nguồn săn mà
không, nãy thấy con BH. À không, đúng rồi, tự cancel rồi.
Tự cancel.
He's actually going for the punish. Oh my god.
Ui dồi.
The inevitability of Primal Beast is too freaking strong. So 10 minutes in now, and a couple of good moves. This is what you wanted to see from Mickey, making it happen.
I also really love what Zai and Nisha did. Like the way that they brought the Morphling and the Nyx Assassin, they just kind of camped in that top dire jungle, and that allowed Rezo to also push in through the tower. It was too much pressure on Batu. He had to leave the area, and suddenly all inside that territory.
Yeah, they have claimed that top tower. And there is smoke now moving it down through the jungle. They're going to run right into Matu. Roar, he gets the rage off. Will it be enough to escape? The stun is there. Waveform through the invest. He got second. Moving away from him. Can they get him out afterwards? They have the frost shield.
Ôi hay quá. Ôi hay quá. Ui giời. Ông Rezo điều khiển đệ nhưng mà cuối cùng lại là cái lý do tại sao không giết được. Tôi xử vào con đại của Rezo.
I guess the mind stealer this time was Matu hopping in there. The one play he could make, the only possible way to get out of there.
He found it.
What is it with the infest in this team?
I don't know. Something.
It's
working.
Đang bú 9 cái clarity.
Cái xa bằng clarity.
Pressure forcing Matu into that mid lane, catching him on the rotation back to his own side of the map. Everything was like coming together exactly how you expect from Secret, and then just like one little mistake, and he just gets out, slips through your fingers.
Just like that. That's all it takes to give a little bit of life here to Liquid. We've seen a ton of these games. It feels like, you know, we talk about the path of both of these teams coming from last chance qualifier, but in reality, it feels like they've played very different tournaments. Secret has been, you know, coming in and just dominating people sometimes in the draft. Liquid, they've had to grind out these matches. We'll see what ends up happening here. Is Insania, he's going to get caught. Impale is there. A couple more punches.
Honestly, I'm really impressed.
Em nghĩ là nó chuẩn bị là chuyển giao thời đại cho bọn khác. Nên nó chắc giveaway mỗi người cả. Sau cái này nó đọc thưởng game hả? Năm nay giải thưởng ít nhỉ? Hôm nay tôi xem mới có.
Năm nay
book 2 mà.
Ở book 2 nhưng mà book 1 nó chỉ tính cái đợt 1 là cho TI thôi. 2 là không biết.
Năm nay mua mới có mua mấy triệu nha.
17 18. Ui,
quả sao bọn giải nhất à? Hay là sao?
Nhất là 10, 11 hay 12.
11, 12 cũng bằng không bằng năm ngoái rồi. Năm ngoái mười mấy.
Bằng TI 6. Ôi.
Nếu mà đang xem TI thì nó gọi điện thoại hay tiền không?
Ơi, không tầm.
Vay để bet. GBO nhà cái đến từ châu Âu.
Lịch Sniper mắc 1. Sniper mắc xăm rồi. Lâu lắm mới thấy. Nhưng mà cũng đúng để slow con Primal Beast. Cái cả đẩy lên. Là cái build 23 của Sniper cái bất lợi nó không đẩy được lên. Đánh nhau khỏe.
Cảm giác game này giống như game 2 hôm qua, là game 3 hôm qua,
thì tớ bảo bên Home nhưng mà bên Secret á, mà để mock long blade á không cản được luôn á. Bởi vì bên Secret chả có cái bài gì. Bên Liquid trừ Black Hole thì chả có bài gì bắt được mock. Cùng lắm thì có thêm cái bóp cổ con vào biết.
Bóp đâu được nhiều đâu. Giàu lên nó khỏe mới.
Ui dồi.
Cứu đâu, chết rồi. Chết rồi xô rồi.
Ôi, con tiểu con. Ôi, con tên Lịch hay quá.
còn anti league của đấy lại vào người.
Hay quá, cái gai. Đấy là cái gai. Cái gai.
Thôi 10 kill rồi. 10 kill không?
Ai? Ô,
đang hòa.
ăn chắc.
Đây. Có kèo 10 kill.
Trying to run away. Nisha.
Oh, yeah.
He has the damage for this though. Crystals is being chased by Eidolons. He's trying to get there. He's trying to get out.
Chạy nó vẫn chạy thôi mà.
Nó vẫn chạy thôi.
Out of there. Gets him away. What in the heck was that?
Ở bên sau mấy đứa cứ bet kèo 10 kill hỏi chú Linh nhá.
Ngay chú Linh ra đây tới.
Thôi tao bet kèo 10 kill ít khi nào thua không?
Nisha after playing on that knife's edge, but he picks up a lot of kills, and now he is firmly in control at the top of the board there. 8k net worth right now as he moves in towards that Manta.
You can see some of the sort of woes of that laning stage, I think a little bit for Secret at least. Normally this would be the point where if Sniper is free to just plink away and start hitting you, you're all gonna die. But
nếu năm nay Liquid vô địch là
damage.
Liquid hai
Only
khiêng.
has the Dragon Lance at this point.
Đúng rồi.
Hai khiêng nhưng lại là trừ Matumbamen ra nhỉ? Trừ Matumbamen thì bốn nước kia là mới.
They're trying to pressure, trying to play that game right now, but they didn't necessarily gain one. And plus the fact that you don't have this mid hero that plays off of like a blink, you have a
nói chung là tổ chức được hai khiên bên tàu thì 3 năm liền.
Đó, tàu từ 2016 rồi, từ đợt Wing rồi. Không được.
Đúng rồi.
7, 8, 9,
6 năm rồi, 6 năm.
Yeah, they don't really have red zone a great spot
Là
right
nguyên
now
của Wing.
in terms of like trying to pressure the Roche, but that could be something.
Nhưng mà nói gì thì nói thì tàu đó vẫn có 3.
And then of course you also have to consider that Team Liquid are very good at
12, 14, 16 ở đúng không? 14, 16.
For Team Secret, the cooldown of global silence is going to be very important from Puppy as well. It's going to be a lot of factors in play to decide who actually controls that part of the map and who has an opportunity to get that Aegis.
I have punching for you.
Right now the vision is incredible for Team
Nga
Secret.
2 chứ.
Excellent wards in combination with the Hawk.
Navi với cả Spirit.
Everything Liquid are up to right now.
Còn lại là
nhưng mà nó không tính là Nga, nó tính là CIS thôi.
Tính CIS.
Bọn bọn kia đa phần là Ukraine.
Em bảo Nga đi, tôi xem.
Bây giờ không nói hai cái đấy là một nữa.
Giờ khác nhau rồi.
Rồi nó giỏi đấy.
Bây giờ thân rồi.
Giờ hết thân rồi, hết thân.
Mày anh bắt trên tay.
We'll get over there soon, surely. Yeah, it's gonna bring the courier.
Yeah, maybe worried about them playing around it or something. You can see Vega's doing little loops, not exactly sure where they are, as they don't have the best vision. They've got one lingering ward up top that is sort of spawning. Some of these moves to the top half of the map.
20 kill.
Overall, Liquid playing a little bit dark right now.
Warzone ấy thì ở trong cái team ở Viking này nó có một thằng người Việt nữa ở Ukraine. Xong hôm nó quay cái cảnh quân Nga nó tiến vào.
It's showing like everyone inside that dire jungle where they're positioning. So strong. It's one of those
thằng
things
mà
like
công an mà chỉ đường cho Nga ấy là có thật đấy, là ở cái thành phố là người đang ở.
Có mà.
Chỉ bắn chết.
Gnu
không bắn Nga vào, không bắn ai cả.
Đó. Nói chung là có cái khu miền Đông ấy là toàn bọn nói tiếng Nga thôi, cho nên là bọn nó thân với bọn Nga hơn bọn phía Tây.
Could botch an initiation that comes in, especially if you're not careful with that.
Đã chỉ đường rồi đi.
Playing around this area. Nisha, they roll in.
Puppy này, nó vào lọc Puppy đầu tiên.
Đúng láo luôn.
Ui, bắn. Ui, Lisa phi vào.
Sao đã chết.
Ui, là đàm.
It did cause
Thôi.
Ôi gì anh, hôm qua xử lý em với thằng Đạt nhìn lúc đầu Pháp vẫn cứ nằm sấp đấy. Ôi gì, mấy cái thằng tức lý ta.
Hôm qua Secret cái con Zyro sai lầm.
Ui, quá lâu.
Cái vấn đề đúng không? Cái vấn đề của cái việc draft là bây giờ không pick carry sớm thì sẽ bị ban gần hết carry. Đây là cái lần để pick carry cuối ấy, nó thiệt lắm.
Giờ pick tầm giữa pick 2. Lượt 2, lượt 3.
Bọn Tundra nó tập pick là lượt đầu tiên.
Đường băng nó không mạnh thì cái nào mạnh nữa.
Hôm qua Secret quên mất cái bài là bọn Tundra có con CK của thằng Tundra mạnh đã mang. Hôm qua không ban, bây giờ nó pick CK là một cái thôi.
Game 3 đúng không?
Hôm qua
đúng rồi.
Đánh kiểu đấy là đánh rank sớm, em sớm, cuối cùng là bỏ bạn đánh top fail ra thôi. Là bắt đầu nó tụt đến quốc từ đấy.
Quả chân top bị tóm hết. Không hiểu sao ông Zero cũng ở đấy luôn. Phí.
Cái nó còn trong game của TCM anh. Hôm qua nó lên đồi có tút EM luôn, không khác gì.
Sao mà chết, chúng có hiệu đem luôn.
Lạ lạ.
Pull you this way, push you that way again. Suddenly the whole fight gets pulled and spread out, and that's something that Liquid really don't want to see. Because they have this tusk, right?
Xong này là đến chung kết luôn đúng không nhỉ?
Chắc là có một trận soul match. Khi hai team caster đánh với nhau. Xong mà sẽ combo hero mới.
DOTA giờ ai chơi nữa đâu.
Ta nhiều chứ anh. Mr. Huyền Diệu.
Trời ơi, Huyền Diệu đang chảy nhà kìa.
Thế coi như anh đúng không? Nó cũng nhiều chảy ở nhà luôn. Fan nó có.
Helm of the Overlord is done.
At the very least, they will wind up keeping some of their vision in this area.
Đợt này thấy hi hi đi coi.
Alright, we got movement all over the place.
Đó là xinh mà anh.
They're gonna have a triple four staffs here on the side of Team Secret once Poppy finishes his. It's done. Okay, triple four staffs.
Con FF của thằng hi không hay.
Good luck, Matu.
Nhưng mà nó may thôi.
You know what doesn't help you with that though is if you get caught in a big black hole. That's gonna be the
con FF hay phải là con FF của đồng Musi.
See if it works out though.
Musi đấy.
Still very tough. Snowball catches onto the creep. Tumble man beats it up.
FF của đồng Musi đấy.
Everyone came in for that one. They're a little concerned a fight was happening there, and well, vision. The Hawk spotting these rotations through.
Sao bằng con TB của anh sao vậy?
Đúng rồi, bài deck TB lên Battle Fury con nào lên được không? Sau thành meta, sau nó thành meta rồi.
Meta đéo.
Ồ, đặt trận nào nhỉ? Trận nào cầm TB lên Fury á?
Để nó chặt cây á?
Có mà.
Cái trận đấy đánh nhau hình như là có Fury ông á, nên là nó phải nó là Fury.
Có sniper cầm một súng đẹp ấy.
Đúng rồi, cái đấy trong set Việt Cộng rồi. Cái Việt Cộng rồi.
Rồi đấy. Một mình nó bắn giáp rồi đấy.
Bắt đầu béo rồi đấy. Nó lên cái EB.
Morphling thì không lên AB rồi bạn ạ. Morphling bây giờ qua thời AB. Hồi xưa cái AB nó lên bằng cái Eagle Song ấy thì mới là lợi cho Morphling bởi vì nó có thêm Agi. Nhưng bây giờ nó bỏ nó lên bằng cái Ghost Scepter với kia Kaya lợi.
Ra nó đổi cho team với thành Cryptolith với cả cái ra con tút bây giờ lên xong đấm một phát mà vừa được break vừa được crit.
Vừa break vừa crit.
May nha, quả đấy kịp.
Ui dồi.
Đầu.
Nó phút ngay.
Cứ đẩy ác hơn Enigma nhiều. Enigma đẩy sao bằng Pitmaster được.
Tính ra aura của con người đá hay nhá. Tao không được khổ. đánh nhau ở trong đấy thì đúng là
stock of the game at this point, it's a 5,000 gold lead after that first Aegis. And Secret looking incredibly strong. They've got the Blink Dagger done on Rezo now too. For Liquid, what do you see as their sort of avenue and how they need to deal with this game
Gyro
here?
một phần với cả thằng Delorusen hôm qua đánh
Không phải tại cái con Lombricker, cái điểm yếu của nó là nếu như mà teammate bị họp và sẽ họp theo. Vấn đề là thế. Team fight
lên cái gì
I think you just have to assume that the global's
cái
gonna
thành ra nó
go.
chẳng được tí dụ
It's very unlikely you're gonna catch the silencer first, right? So
Boxy.
it's going to be a long haul team fight. It's going to be very reliant on like the Wraith pack maybe having a big impact, but that can obviously be very tough versus a
Mantuba là còn
Wolfling and a
kim
sniper.
chi cái gì ở đằng sau vậy.
That is incredibly difficult. And you can even play probably in pretty far as Nisha if you get.
Ai như có một đợt là Mantuba vào split
And then the other hard part is that they
Nó
don't
năm
really
ngoái
have
mấy
the
bạn.
they're just like pushing out the waves, right?
Năm ngoái Matuba Man với cả Zai ở Secret vào top 3 đấy, năm nay lại vào top 3 như là với Liquid. Hai thằng luôn.
They don't have those sneakier
Nó quảng cáo về các kim chi, hoặc là chắc là hàm 14 ăn kim chi thật.
So sooner or later they're gonna have to find this fight. And what I like about Team Secret is that they already had the tier 2s very early. They got
Nhân sâm.
try and like pressure the high ground or something ridiculous with that first Aegis.
Lính chi ấy, không? Cao lính chi. Ca lính chi.
They see what Liquid are up to, and I'm sure they're well aware that they are taking the lead.
Yeah, and they don't even like. I was talking about the Aghanim Scepter, but Nisha is just going in for the Scotty. He's opting to go for this, just beat them down, right-click build. Be a little bit tanky in there with it too. As well, another sacrifice here.
Ôi
Over
dạ.
to the gods. It's going to be insane.
Ôi rồi.
Ôi, nó hét được chúng mà
And he's raged. Snowball in to try and get him away. As Big is getting a bit
ôi rồi ôi, bảo rồi. Đây là cái lúc Primal Beast không thể làm gì được nữa rồi.
Hết rồi.
Hết rồi.
Điều này
Chồng lắm.
Mà kệ
con em ma trước ạ. Bật ra.
đó, bây giờ con Primal Beast cái đam chính của nó là từ skill 2 mà ra, mà cái skill 2 và bật NX bật KB lên thì là vô dụng. Đâm ra là nó chả có cái vị gì cả, có Primal Beast mà có đánh tay. Đấy là cái điểm yếu kinh khủng luôn đấy. Mấy con khác thì còn có đánh tay, con Primal Beast thì không có.
Mà cái đánh tay gặp cái enemy cũng chậm nữa. Đấy đâu.
Cái kia không phá nốt kìa.
Kệ để tự nổ. Để cái GG tự nổ ấy, gọi nhìn nó mày.
Thì nó là lực kiện.
Không thấy cửa là
khó lắm.
Giờ chỉ có một cú black hole thật đẹp nhưng mà đam của bên Liquid không có nhiều.
Đam kia làm gì bằng được bên kia 3 con đam to thêm con silencer nữa.
Nam cũng nhỉ?
Hả?
Didn't really get a whole lot of value out of the Agnums, I would say, and then of course Nisha becomes better.
Mai.
Mai ở bên Liquid.
Mai nào?
Mika
Mà Mika ở.
Anh đã biết cái thằng của em tốt rồi mà anh cho anh cứ hỏi ngược lại cũng để.
Tiếng Anh mày với lý y như nhau.
Ôi
Ăn cút.
ôi nó bận.
Giống cái gì nữa?
Đảo mà không cản được con móc linh là chết.
Không quan trọng là không có gì để cản mà lại.
Thấy không? Nó để một cách thôi, xong rồi gõ GG nổ hết rồi.
Không có đam núc là chết.
Việt Nam một có cái tổ đội đi bắt chó trộm như kiểu bắt
bảo có Lina là Lion cái gì còn được chứ còn 5 cái thằng này thì lúc thế nào được nó.
Có tổ đội công chó là không bắt được con đấy đâu. Con này là một trong những con khó bắt nhất.
Em 2 bây giờ mới gọi là bùng lổ.
Chưa biết anh.
Thì 2-0 chắc cười.
Mọi người thằng thông một phát lên luôn. Thằng thông làm gì nữa?
Thank you very much, Lyrical and Trent. Indeed, first game taken by Team Secret here over Liquid. Very convincing fashion. We're going to break down exactly how that happened because at the start of the game, it looked like it was going to be a little bit of a back and forth. We had some nice brawls in the mid lane as well, Jenkins. I started out as like your traditional team back and forth series.
Thằng gì mà bị nghi là iPod?
It's insane. I'm
Bruno.
Like highlighting from the players of just how good of a player Nisha is. And then he has a performance like that. You know, the crazy thing about Nisha is that we were going through the list of players that Puppey has played at TI with. 24 of them in total. Obviously, you know, this guy's a TI all-timer. And then Nisha, it's his first TI with Puppey. Not this one, of course, but his first TI was with Puppey. So it's crazy to me that this guy is so good. He's so ubiquitously known as like this is one of the best players on the planet, if not the best. And he was undiscovered like prior to Secret. That's insane.
It's pretty nuts. When I first saw it, I thought it was a bit greedy. But when you think about the lane matchup against the Primal Beast, you're always going to have that shift, which means that you're not going to be able to die. And it shows that Nisha ended up this game with 0 deaths. And the reason is he does have a backup of his team. Because I think this last pick Morphling kind of shut down the whole idea of Team Liquid how to play a game. Because you think about, what happens if we go in and try to kill him? There's going to be global silence. We saw Team Secret use buybacks.
Anh đã ăn vị bên Mỹ đó rồi biết nó ngon hay không. Bỏ mồm cho nó ngon. cái kiểu McDonald's ăn anh thấy cảm giác là nó no hơn mấy cái Lotte hay KFC, kiểu nó nhiều hơn, bự hơn rồi.
Nhiều bột hơn.
Biết mọi người nào nha, em thích ăn burger tôm.
Tớ thích tôm. Burger tôm. Tôi cảm thấy tôm là một cái topping rất là hợp cho burger.
Em có thể vứt 2 miếng burger đi được, nhưng mà tôm thì em sẽ ăn hết.
Cái tôm chiên giòn đúng không? Ăn ngon mà vị nó ăn rất là lạ.
Nó chiên như kiểu một cái miếng thịt lớn nhưng mà là thịt tôm.
Ăn vị là lạ, ngon.
Nó ngon hơn gà mà khẳng định là ăn ngon hơn cả bò.
Không, tại cái gà bên này là nó làm gà công nghiệp thôi.
Gà đâu là gà công nghiệp.
Thì đấy, ý kêu là mấy cái món mà ăn nhanh fast food ấy thì gà công nghiệp thôi. Ăn dở là phải.
Good point about this Hurricane Pike, because the first item from Crystal was also Hurricane Pike. They understood like
Texas cũng ngon đấy. Texas về cái bọn là Popeye ngon.
Texas thì gà nó không ướt, nó không bị khô quá như
Puppey as well, and it's very difficult to just engage. And
em khuyên anh nên ngồi ăn cháo lòng.
The Beastmaster.
Cháo lòng này ăn dở mà mẹ.
Way harder than what they would expect. The vision game also on point. Got a couple of deep wards early on.
Lại lòng chát rồi. Lại là em vô quyền thế.
To be overly greedy, but because Sniper was paired up against Enigma on the lane, he is one of the better heroes at dealing with negative shrapnel. Puppey and Chrysalis were able to just bully his eye early.
Nhưng mà bọn nó bảo cái lòng xe điếu của mấy con lợn bệnh mới ra được cái xe điếu, có phải là lòng ấy đâu.
Cái đấy tùy. Đâu cần nhất thiết phải ăn lòng xe điếu, em nói thật, mọi người ăn lòng xe điếu thích ăn lòng xe điếu thôi, em đâu quan lòng xe điếu mấy.
Ý tao bảo là cái loại mà gọi là xe điếu toàn từ lợn bệnh như lợn bị run sán thì nó mới ra được cái đấy.
Nó nuôi con lòng để lấy nó nuôi đại khái nó như kiểu là nó cho ăn như kiểu là anh nuôi vịt để lấy gan, đâu ngỗng để lấy gan hay cái gì ấy, giống của farm ấy, đại khái là nuôi nói chung là con lợn đấy gần như là nuôi chỉ nói chung là không đi lại, đại khái là như thế,
chỉ để lấy lòng à.
Thịt trước các thứ của nó thì toàn mỡ này.
A late game carry hero, but he actually contributed a lot in the early game. He was running around ganking. He was getting all of the runes. He was turning into Primal Beast, ganking just like the Primal Beast would with his abilities. So yeah, just I think because you know Nisha's just confident. It's like okay, this game like I can play Morphling, like I can have a good early, I can give us a good early game, and then also then we have 2 carries, right?
Yeah, and you got to keep in mind that Sniper will also carry the game if necessary.
Mày phải vào cố mắc xong rồi vào phòng lạnh của ông Lý ấy.
Đâu? Metro.
Có không?
Metro.
À Metro.
Nó muốn đi
sao?
We have 3 coaches. I don't think we'd be here if you removed even a single one of them.
We have a good dynamic with Jesse doing.
Đúng rồi, bạn không biết đi đâu, đi siêu thị mà.
Gameplay stuff, and also I think he goes in depth and kind of looking at other teams in terms of gameplay and what they kind of want to do stylistically.
Figuring out like nice plays for us that we can do and like looking at it objectively how we can improve our stuff.
So he helps out with gameplay, helps out with reviewing the replays, looking at what we could have done, opportunities missed.
We have Wes that does most of the drafting prep together with Matu these days, which is kind of their area of focus.
Doing the pep talks and stuff.
And neither of them can do their job without jobs, providing them with all the information they need, all the statistics, all the replays, all the whatever they might need, scrim results, scrim data, that all comes from jobs. So yeah, I think the 3 of them together create one giga coach between 3 people.
They're always relevant, you know. You take
one
part
lại
of
còn
a
có cả robot túc kinh.
so I think they all add their value.
So I think 3 courses. I've never had 3 courses before, but I think for now it's working pretty well.
And it's working pretty well indeed, already guaranteed top 3. Of course, if they want to move forward, they do have to win the next game. So those 3 coaches give some good speeches and have some good insight. And it's only, it's only a short period of time, so they got to choose their words carefully. Someone who does not choose his words carefully is Direction Slacks, who we're heading to right now. Someone who does not choose his words carefully is Direction Slacks, who we're heading to.
700 mê đào à?
700 mê speed test đi anh.
Epic.
Nhưng mà không hiểu lý do đấy. Nhưng mà sáng nay đến test lại là còn 250.
Ngoài cho nó cấp nhầm nữa.
Chắc là cấp nhầm pot.
Cấp nhầm pot. Bạn Slack sau đó đây có cái chen cạo đầu.
Cạo đầu thì vẫn về nước thôi.
You guys seem very calm. How was the game so far? Please, real interview.
Yeah, it was really good.
Nói chung là thằng ATG đấy bị rớp rồi.
When Morphling killed everyone.
Thằng Puppy đã là một trong những thằng có rớp này. Rớp mà.
Hello, Juggernaut. Pardon me. Hello, Juggernaut. Thoughts?
Đúng là Dota mà không có Slack với Cassie mất vui.
Phải có những người tấu hài này.
Ai không nhìn thấy Bulldog nhỉ?
Đó cả nhà.
Không mời đâu mà. Đợt này như bọn player như đâu mời mấy đâu.
Không mời.
Bulldog đấy cũng là một thằng được anti-fan nhiều nhất.
Còn nói với ba phần.
Ba phần là cái trò mà đánh full xong rồi nó đi khác. Người ta ghét. Nó làm hỏng cả một thế hệ DOTA luôn.
Back to you. Thank you. Enjoy. Thank you so much.
Oh no. Everything was going great. Shut up. All right. Well, thank you for that. Pulse of energy that we just get from the crowd over there. I hope that Team Liquid's feeling it too, because they're gonna need it, and I think indeed a lot of people
có đứa nào đi xem phim Đá Đen không?
So Liquid needs to step it up. What do they need to do? That's the main question. How are they gonna bring this back? Because they got a little bit out of the water.
Cam ơi, ra rạp coi mấy phim đấy, ra rạp coi đấm nhau cho nó sướng.
Lâu lắm này không ra rạp xem, lúc đó phải 2-3 năm này không ra rạp.
Trời, từ hồi đợt dịch như giờ ấy, tao cũng đã ra rạp mấy đâu. Tới lại đợt này chả có phim nào hay.
Nói đúng là từ lúc mà em xem Endgame xong này em cũng không muốn ra rạp nữa rồi.
Mẹ, bây giờ toàn siêu anh hùng.
Siêu anh hùng mới nhưng mà cái cốt truyện nó cũng được như mình ưng lắm.
Nói chung là hết bất ngờ rồi.
Với cả nó hết tay chơi, là một tay chơi và nhà từ thiện là hết rồi.
know, we've seen it
Chỉ có bọn
before,
Marvel
and
để
I
nhái
think
nhau
we'll see it
mà
again. Matumbo
bọn
is one of TI, so he's got
Iron
one
Man thì
ring,
là
but for
bỏ
7
giáp ra thì
rings,
làm
if
tay chơi một
possible,
nhà từ thiện, một tỷ
as many
phú.
as possible.
Còn ông
And I think this is
Batman
when
ở
you
bên
bring out
kia,
the
siêu
comfort
năng lực của ông
picks.
là gì?
This is
Là giàu.
where, you know, Sniper becomes value, where Pudge becomes value. Pull out the lone druid. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, give Sniper.
Xong rồi thằng Superman hỏi làm sao lấy lại căn nhà, nó bảo là mua mẹ luôn lại cái ngân hàng.
Two heroes that got figured out at the main stage. It was Enigma and I think Lashrak especially because it just doesn't feel as strong as it did during the group stage, even last chance qualifiers. But I got to go back to Janken's point about picking, you know, something a bit different. Because Matu yesterday, when they last picked Night Stalker, he was like, well, this is not going to be my last game at TI, because he was pretty confident about it.
He was, and if he's going to be getting the last pick for his hero again, well, then he might need to pick that lone druid. If he thinks
Ôi rồi ôi, The Witcher, Liam Hemsworth thay Henry Cavill thì coi cái gì nữa. Bọn biên kịch đái mẹ cả vào tiểu thuyết thế này.
Players will once again take their seats in the indoor stadium in Singapore, and I think they're ready. They look all very relaxed, actually, I must say. They're just strolling up, Effie. No pressure.
Yeah,
Mà đúng rồi mẹ, coi từ mùa 2 bắt đầu thấy nó cấn cấn.
Every year,
the
winner of this tournament seems
anh xem đến tập 4 cái đoạn mà đánh ở cái lâu đài sói á, lâu đài sói rồi đâu coi đâu.
But I mean, Liquid, they didn't seem too bothered either walking onto that stage.
Bây giờ chỉ theo dõi Blake thôi. Ước mơ của em khi mà đọc truyện là ước mơ một lần em được nhìn cái ban cai của con Kenpachi.
I think overall their team dynamic, like it seems like they're pretty balanced to each other, and I think Mickey is doing a lot of work, like a lot of heavy lifting there in that team. Honestly, like from the games I've seen, he's like very on point. Zai plays a lot of versatile heroes. He can play Broodmother, he can play Penguin.
Nó sắp làm tiếp à?
Nó đang làm tiếp rồi.
Đang làm.
Ra tập 3.
Chính bởi vì này Blake anh lên TikTok ấy. Blake liên tục mà.
Trận này là chung kết, đúng rồi, trận này là chung kết, có một tiếng nghỉ.
Có cái nghỉ mà.
And honestly, I don't know, like,
yên tâm.
while we were playing LCQ,
Bạn bọn này trâu lắm.
other teams
Bao giờ lừa con ra đây?
You can see two of the top 4 teams on this event from LCQ.
Mùng 3 ra.
You know, story.
Và lên Hà Nội chắc buổi sáng chủ nhật từ tối đấy bay luôn.
That's right, Cheever. I don't know what you're saying, but
tức là ra tối thứ 5 bay ra đúng không? Ra 3 ngày 6, 7 chủ nhật. Thì buổi sáng chủ nhật thì tao lên Hà Nội, xong rồi buổi tối đấy là tao bay đi luôn, bay vào trong này luôn.
Agree with everything you said. You've been on point this whole tournament, even before that, throughout the DPC. Best analyst out there, so nothing but admiration for you.
Sáng mua cà phê ở đâu liên quan đó?
Chắc là bên đâu? Bên Định Công. For fans at home, I'm sure it's been difficult watching them throughout the DPC tours, watching your favorite team not even go to any of the 2 majors this year, but the entire redemption story these last couple of months have to be something out of a fairy tale. You swap out one player towards the end, right? Because Zayats did come in during Tour 3, but the team still did not look great. Something was still missing. All of a sudden, Ice can't go to the Riyadh Masters. They bring in Revolution and everything clicks. It's like this last magical piece of the jigsaw puzzle just fit in perfectly. And it just speaks volumes on how having one player can change the dynamic of everything. Even though Nisha has always been a monster, that hasn't changed. Puppy has always been an excellent captain, and Secret has been consistent in their coaching and in their preparation. But all it took was Rezo to just come in and fix everything.
Yeah, they were very consistent in their deep sea placements as well, because it was 5th every time.
Yeah, consistency is good if you're, you know, top 2 or top 3. But yeah, at the end, resolution was the solution to Team Secret's problems.
Nice. Now it is time. It's all about peaking at the right time. Will Team Liquid get another shot, or will Team Secret go for it? Let's find out.
Team Secret versus Team Liquid.
Rồi, Jack coach cho bọn Liquid rồi. Và quả này nếu mà Liquid vô địch thì Dirac lại có 3 khiêng.
Facing off against Team Liquid, a dominant first one, and we're back again with our lovely draft panel here. TÄGA, Amar, you got to see some action. I just want to get real quickly before we get too far into the draft. TÄGA, what's it like going out on this big stage, playing in a game like this where it's potentially your elimination match?
It's pretty. I will get pretty nervous, obviously, because like playing in such a big stage. I wish I was here. I'm not here. It's fine. I'm cheering for my
boys. Đợt này nó có cái gì mà nó khỏe vãi rồi.
Đâu
ra meta này nó có đầy đủ thứ meta này slow,
actually just feel more comfortable playing in front of a crowd because when cheering for you, you can get a crowd chanting and it's amazing.
Nó dễ chơi, dễ trúng thưởng.
We in the game, you don't feel nervous anymore.
Nhưng mà mấy patch trước nó đâu có được như bây giờ.
I don't think that's the case anymore.
Ra patch này toàn tướng CHUNG, toàn những con theo thấp của mana chậm. Có con xem bò giải thích một thứ.
Giống như em đi với thằng Tiền, mỗi lần nó không đi Barcelona,
Nothing else matters, and then
rõ ràng bình thường là mua tuổi.
It's okay. Just so you know, if you lose, you're gonna lose a lot of money.
If we lose, we're gonna lose a lot of money. That's great. I love that.
Mình đi với Tiền lúc nào cũng có hoa, mình đã mua một cái
positive reinforcement. That's what I'm hearing. You know, I think some teams go for that. Negative reinforcement. That's cool. Team Secret, they're going to open straight up with the silencer. I mean, the big difference this time, of course, is that Team Liquid are going to have second pick. Team Liquid are there on that dire side. And, you know, obviously that ended up being a problem for Team Liquid last time because they felt like they couldn't get the flexibility of Enigma that maybe we wanted in terms of trying to give that hero a good game. And that hero got shut down pretty hard by Team Secret. And we'll see what Liquid have in store this time instead. And the first thing up here is just that Broodmother.
That's a really good counter pick to Silencer. I played this matchup before and when I was Silencer, he's not great, I can tell you that. I don't want to lane into Brood with Silencer either.
I mean, I think this matchup is not actually like, yeah, of course, all summons are good into Silencer, but like the first spell actually helps. Like the new damage buff, like you can kill like the weak spiders from Brood, and this Silencer pick was just to like test them. Do you want an Enigma, your most comfortable hero, or not? And they just won their test by not getting it. So just need to like make sure that this Brood doesn't conquer them. That is really interesting too, because Silencer coming into the event, he was one of the most picked heroes in pubs. Like he was being spammed constantly, like high MMR games, and we didn't really see the hero necessarily that much. But now to like open like this, even though there's no Enigma, really, like you said, it's like completely dissuading that pick. And I know it's gonna be very interesting to see it versus the Broodmother, because like I feel like a lot of times Silencer feels very weak in the lane versus a lot of matchups.
5 seconds.
Yeah, but that's not really the case anymore. Like the Silencer now just feels like he's leaning into anyone, and even on the other lane.
Even like, into this is Tusk Broodmother, man. This would scare the crap out of me.
I mean, does look like not a fun Silencer lane, but like maybe Crystal has something in his pockets.
Okay,
can bring up the monkey.
Monkey? Oh,
here it is.
There it is. Crystal is monkey. One of his best heroes. He has like 3,000 games from that hero, right?
2,000 games. Yeah.
2,000. Awesome.
I remember when he joined Secret that, you know, one of the most common trends was just a first phase monkey ban. So everyone's just like, oh, this guy's pretty good, plays a lot of monkey, let's just not let that happen. But obviously he's moved on from there. He has moved a lot in terms of heroes across it. We had Chrysalis Viper early in this tournament as well. He's very open to picking a lot of stuff. So to go back now to a comfort pick and the you know, pivotal game here feels very good. Yeah, I think the monkey gives them a lot of potential with Silencer also. Like he like made yesterday Tundra 33 go jungle on Brood minute 10. Like so, this monkey has its job for this game already.
It's also a bit sad that they didn't want to pick Enigma. Liquid, they usually love the hero. I know for a fact that the team is like they will always want to first phase Enigma if they could. But I think like with how Secret dealt with it last game and how they could just first pick Silencer, makes Liquid actually overthink that okay, we don't want to pick Enigma into Silencer. So it's actually pretty smart by Poppy to just first pick Silencer and not ban Enigma, so they get a free ban.
Right, and in a way it's like you lose out so much value from that early picks if you are getting it into it that, you know, I mean, there's still a lot of value in Silencer outside of just the Enigma, surely, right?
I mean, like, I guess they maybe take it like as a strong hero, like in general a strong hero. Because for example, like, TÄGA cannot save from Snowball. Yeah, TÄGA can kill Silencer, but
you can just go on a hero and press global, and this task feels useless. So like the concept still like has its place.
Next round of picks here as we are on to the bands Pudge taken out of the pool, as well as the Undying, Magnus, and Pango. So a good amount of team fight actually banned out here by Team Liquid. I'm curious, you talked about the best hero in Dota, according to you the other game, Beastmaster. Is that something that we're got to be on the lookout? Or Liquid the type of team that would run that again? Or with the Broodmother in pool, there's no chance that this would be flexed? Anything else?
I mean, the Broodmother is often for sure, like on Zai.
But Undying.
Yeah, that's a decent point.
I don't think like they gonna flex this Brood. Like I think it's just locked on Zai. Because I don't think Mickey doesn't play it, and I don't think Matumba, he last time played it like 3 years ago, so I don't think he's just comfortable to play it again, you know?
10 seconds remaining.
I actually think it might happen. Matu might play Brood for the last game before he, you know, today's actually his last day before he retire, right?
Yeah.
So, might end it with the Brood model.
It would be crazy. That is something that's sort of the lingering in the back of, I think, everybody's heads, is that potential for retirement. And of course, for Liquid wanting to keep this going, force it to a game number 3.
I mean, they did it with a Night Stalker, right? Something that obviously wasn't expected. Some people were hoping for maybe that Lycan to come back, you know, the real classic Matu hero. I don't know what he's feeling as we get to the end of potentially what could be his last game. But right now, taking a lot of time on this ban. They get rid of that Kunkka. So very common trend in those 3 bans right now. Lots of physical AoE damage being taken away there. Rezo had a great game on the Magnus as well, previously in the tournament. So Liquid now looking to find that pick that doesn't give away too much. Probably just going to be an Insania hero here. Unless he goes back to some classic 5 Insania Tusks. But, you know, it's Boxy Tusks.
Definitely a Boxy Tusk. I don't see Insania playing Tusk anytime soon.
So what do you feel like they're missing in the draft right now, or the sort of general shape that they're trying to take? Where do Liquid need to go? Are they trying to play a more fast tempo game? Or are they trying to just sort of secure their lanes? What do you see in here?
I mean, like the secret address, this Brood, they banned the Undying, the Budge, the Lifestealer, the heroes that they think they can snowball the game with, because Brood, if he doesn't get destroyed, I mean, he might, because it happened yesterday, so they're just looking to step a lanes and get a push like this Jakiro, good team fight, and can help them to 5-man a lot, and the secret doesn't fight into it.
Interesting. So Jakiro gets taken, the team fight, the push, all the things that you want.
10 seconds remaining.
They actually hit the bans pretty well on Secret, the classic multi-heroes like Pudge and Max, because they usually want to keep it the semi-core heroes on multi, so Maker can play more of a 1 from mid. He would play this Lina, Asaf, carry type heroes on carry the game, and they will put him position 1 as a mid player. And, with now, it looks pretty bad for them, I think, because they don't have all these heroes available right now. Next, Pudge is out, and it will be interesting to see what they pick. Maybe another Night Stalker game, you know?
Yeah, I think Sven was one of those other ones that we saw a decent amount to try and give some extra armor and stuff, but that also hero has kind of fallen by the wayside of it. But they get another Nyx assassin.
I mean, the Nyx really, it's not really a good Nyx game, but I think they just think this Nyx is broken, and I don't think it's wrong. The damage, the invis, and you also block a lot of mid lane picks. Imagine you're a mid laner and you want to pick into Nyx, it feels so bad.
Yeah, not a happy time. And they do, in fact, opt the Primal Beast. So a couple options here. Could be mid, could potentially be off lane as well if they want to. But just another hero that, when you see the Spiderlings as well, you really do not care at all as Primal Beast.
Goodness. Well, the first phase Brood definitely has a lot of challenges running into it already, but we've seen Zai get sacrificed more than a few times playing out of that off lane. Liquid now, I mean, to me at least, when I look at this, I feel like there's so much team fight on Team Secret. Do you just try and further snowball and then maybe build some sort of tower taking heroes as Liquid to see if they can make a turn happen?
I'm actually not so sure what they can pick right now, because they usually want to pick next Pudge, right? Maybe they could go back to picking Asaf and Lina right now and save that last pick for Marty, because I think Marty can play a lot of heroes in Dota, and I think for Mickey on the other hand, he probably wants to pick his hero now. That's how I feel like.
And it does feel like he wants one of those like big range damage dealers, like you said. I mean, Lena's gone, but yeah, the SF does look very solid. Sort of fits with some of the timings that you could have as well. Try to get yourself like an earlier Roche, gives yourself a bit of a base to work off of here, and stand his ground when you get into these situations versus the Monkey King sometimes with a good ulti or BKB.
Oh, and down just 5 seconds left into the reserve time on that last round, but they go for the tiny. A big swap up there, not that physical damage hero. What's the goal here? What you're seeing?
This is the comfort hero for Mika. Like back in the Hon days, like long time ago, he will always play tiny on, and he was like, for me personally, he was like the best tiny out there. So maybe they're just coming back to playing comfort heroes. Like maybe it's potentially the last game of TI.
Người kêu tiếp nào.
Why not?
They immediately ban another comfort hero, right? We're getting rid of all the comforts. Get rid of that lone druid. Don't want to give Matue his signature heroes right now.
I mean, who knows? Maybe this Tiny actually goes carry because I know that Matumba can play Tiny.
That's a good point. Yeah, there's still that flex. And that's what you said you wanted to see, TÄGA, going into the end of this draft, was Liquid with the last pick with a lot of flexibility still.
Yeah, we might even see Matue playing mid and making him play carry Tiny because it can actually hype him.
Zayat's trying to figure out what's going on. The look on his face is like, what are these guys playing? What's going on there?
I'm seeing a lot of great Carapace plays, that's for sure. Tiny now in the pool too, Jakiro.
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
So Naga Siren taken out of the pool. No chances for any stall action from those illusion carries. But with last pick, the Seam Secret draft, we already highlighted the team fight. What is it that they're missing out of their last pick, assuming that this Monkey King is the carry role for Chrysalis?
I think they're missing like some kind of scaling hero for mid. I don't think Primal B scales as much until like very late. I think Monkey King is like the same. So I feel like they want to have, similar to Liquid, they want to have some kind of mid carry.
Chúng ta đã thấy một lá cờ Ukraine.
And most of them are banned right now, so it'll be interesting to see what they pick.
I mean, definitely they want range carry, but they also don't really need to, because the Monkey for sure will carry this game. The Monkey, one of the strongest late game heroes. It's just that the hero can also be a space maker. Like he has two ways to play.
So if someone carries him to there, Chrysalis of course very comfortable on that hero. Something like the Dawnbreaker still being in if you want to like find that Rezo hero too.
I mean, I just think that maybe maybe they just go for the. I mean, SF looks bad. I mean, I guess. I mean, they want the range for sure. So like they get their gameplays where like Crystals just sits on the trees, makes his life hard, and just stays in his lane.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Whoa. So what's the thought there?
Có hai con Strang rồi.
Quap is kind of also semi-core, you know. They're running like three semi-cores, like how we used to do back in the days with OG. I actually like the draft a lot. It makes a lot of sense together. But I think they might want to put Tiny carry if they can do that and somehow fit the puck in this lineup.
Down to the last couple of seconds here for Team Liquid. 4 seconds to decide their fate. And it's going to be no random. The sniper.
Right.
Interesting thoughts as we get into this game here. The drafts have been completed. Sniper versus Queen of Pain. What are you guys thinking? Who's going to come away with this? Are we going to a game 3?
I think we will go to game 3. I see Big and Tiny. I'm already excited.
I mean, I understand the second pick is stronger, and of course they got like the counter picks and what they want.
Có pick xong chọn role. Rồi xong nó mới mặc đồ.
Always go for secret. They got a Monkey King. What do you want more from him? So let's see.
Yeah. Let's say we're looking at Team Liquid though. Like, what do they need to do, Amar? I know you're cheering for Secret. What do they need to do to take this win on Liquid? How do they play this game? So like first big goal.
I don't know. Just scale to the game and you will win.
And you'll win.
Bắt tay đi áp một
all the discussion that we really need here, I guess.
TÄGA, what do Liquid need to do to be able to claim this victory here?
Game 3 cho đẹp.
Success for them.
If they can get stable lanes because they have the counter pick lanes now, like Tiny to Quap might be pretty rough for Tiny. Monkey into Root, Monkey's gonna win.
Lộ ngay từ đầu rồi.
If Make can snowball this game, I get
bọn Tundra nó có quan tâm quá đâu, nó đánh theo cái kiểu của nó.
All right, well, let's see indeed if they're going to be able to do that as we get ready to head on into this game number 2 as, again, one of those moments where it's all on the line. We'll see if they can make it happen. Going over to Sir Action Slacks right now as we get into this interview.
Thank you so much, everybody. I am here with Heat from Team Secret. Woo! Heen, my friend, quite an intense game last time. You guys survived that very aggressive laning stage coming out from Liquid, and it looks like they have just as an aggressive lane this time. However, you guys have a Monkey King. That's not traditionally, you know, somebody that can survive getting run over. Are you confident in that pick?
I don't know what you're talking about, and why would Monkey King get ran over?
Well, you tell me. What is Monkey King good at? In my games, he's always throwing in the lane. Broodmother just eats his ass like it's nothing.
We have a player with more than 2,000 games played on Monkey King, so I'm pretty confident.
Okay, that is confident stuff right there, my friend. So I want to talk a little bit about the attitude of the team here. I mean, this is, you know, where you guys got to last year, a lot of pressure. Are they feeling it, or do you think it's just full confidence?
No, I think we're feeling much better. We recovered after our loss against Thundra last night. We talked out what some of the issues were that led to like bad in-game comms. So, I mean, game one went great. So we're hoping to close it out 2-0.
You're always so calm on these, Heen. All right, can we do a real crazy one? Give me an immortal fate. Make some ludicrous claim here about this game, please. Anything at all. Call it out. Babe Ruth it.
We're gonna get 2 rampages on 2 players.
2 rampages on 2 players! All right, oh my God! This will be one of the greatest games in TI history as we throw it over to our casters.
Thank you so much, Slacks. Absolutely baited there as usual for the interview. Able to get the coach to say some crazy things. Now, we might not have rampages here. We'll see if it ends up happening or not. But the one thing we definitely are going to have is some pretty nice comms. They started out this game with a little bit of love between the 2 teams while we were doing that interview, Trent. And now already into the laning stage.
I've seen some of Zayad's comms, you know, to the enemy team when he stands up and screams. So, you know, I think maybe we'll get him one of those rampages that he's talking about. That'd be pretty impressive on Nick's Assassin. Might not be.
That'd be pretty crazy. Nisha is going to take some damage there from the start of this game, I believe I saw resolution Let's go XD, because of course both of those players were analysts in the grand finals last year at TI, and now here they are playing for a spot in the grand finals.
I believe they actually played in the All-Star match last year on grand finals day as well. So this is a significant upgrade.
It's true, absolutely. You know, we'll see if it ends up happening again, but of course these players are incredibly accomplished and have a lot of history together as well, but are going to be facing off now. Insania playing on the Jakiro. You know, we're talking to the panel, they were saying that they felt that this was a hero that gives a lot of that team fight, gives you some pushing potential. It looks like a fast draft from Liquid.
Nhìn như kiểu cục sô-cô-la thì mình miếng bơ trên người.
But no, it's a little bit tankier, right? Just naturally with a higher strength, so you can maybe survive something like a boundless strike initiation, or at least require a little bit more of those enemy resources before your allies can try and get something else done in the engagement. Definitely going to have some issues versus the next assassin, though. Obviously, you have a lot of AoE ability to punish you on. They lose the triple mango courier, the fruit stand, chopped down.
That one hurts. In the same motion, you see Boxy getting a nice little pushback there on the puppy, hid behind a tree, and then started beating him up a little bit.
Oh, Matsu, though, getting that big damage made on Nisha. Has a Fairy Fire still remaining, but certainly getting low here.
And I know when we first saw this like sort of revitalization of Sniper that was happening in this tournament, I think the first game of it that we saw was Matumba Man playing on the Sniper and just going absolute ham. You could see there as well the rotation in towards mid box in the water room. They did do the swap up, so it's Matu playing mid, and of course Mickey up there top on that Tiny.
Yeah, they had that second pick in the draft this time, so they're able to respond to the lanes much more accurately, as Secrets were pretty well set. A whole lot of flexibility you're going to see at that point once they picked up that Queen of Pain. They were just looking at that hero who's going to be very comfortable in the mid lane, and likely going to she does snag that
so far so good, 14-4 versus 12-2, and Quap a little bit lower on that CS chart lead. But you can see that already off to a better start, Liquid, than they had in that game number 1.
Win,
get that wave through it to a little bit of better contention.
It's a 100% win rate. I mean, they win a lot of games, so it's not that surprising, but 7 games.
Getting a lot of damage there from Mickey. Can't get in for a kill, but still keeping that pressure on.
As the Sal, I mean, you have that great HP regen. You're also an Agi hero, so you tend to have a little bit more armor too. It's a great feeling hero. It's very similar to like
ogre, honestly, when you're playing the lane, right? You kind of want to use your HP as a tool when you're bullying these heroes. You want to absorb a lot of spells as the Nyx assassin and let them think that they can kill you like they are up top. Let them think, though.
Này thì 100%.
Well, that's going to be it. Mickey moves on in and cleans up. The power of the dual breath there combined with just a little avalanche toss combo from Mickey.
Instructions were unclear. Okay.
Oh, and again, I think that's partly that, you know, early movement over, getting some mangoes on him. It's a nice little injection of the mana regen.
Yeah. Oh, the crowd, they like that one. They want to see if we get a couple more. They want a game 3 here.
SLS getting some more punches out. Zai trying to chase him down. Doesn't have that boundless strike, but you can see after that first blood, hungry for a bit more on Liquid.
Yeah, of course, we saw this matchup just yesterday, I believe, in terms
of
watching out the Jigu Mastery, all stacked up, one boundless on neutrals, on the creep wave, on the spider.
Đây là set này không phải là set immortal, set này là set siêu xịn.
Mày có cái con dạy của mình kia chuẩn bị lăng ben.
Zai already putting to work on him, although up top, Insania, he's in some trouble. Throws out the duel.
Cái này xịn hơn cả Immortal.
Able to pair together to get that kill on the Jakiro.
Cái này mà họ mới là.
Yeah, but getting the kills on the Monkey King in lane, that's gonna feel great for a Brood lane. Not necessarily something you expect to go super.
Wow!
1 second, he gets away. That blink coming right off cooldown there as Boxy gets a little bit of separation, won't get hit by any daggers. Matumba is also very low. Will have some regen coming out to himself, but not a ton actually. It's gonna have to just tango up and maybe even head back home.
Yeah, that wave. I mean, good shot for Boxy. They'll get the kill, but the wave's coming out of the tower, so he doesn't tank too much. And once again, he's gonna get himself some earlier HP or
mà trong set này là đẹp nhất là vì cái sân rồng. Đầu tiên sân rồng đẹp dã man.
You can see the Ring of Health already done for Rezo means the chance for a kill on him pretty low percentage.
Đúng rồi, cái đầu Arcana thì cái đầu Arcana cái toàn bộ cái set đấy là của cái bộ siêu xịn.
They need some other type of rotation to make it work. Otherwise, kill this Rezo Primal Beast.
Những cái ulti rồng là từ cái thắt lưng mà.
Okay, on the position one tiny though. Still, just because he's playing up here though doesn't necessarily mean he's going to change his like normal game plan all that much. He throws some harass on the Rezo. Obviously, there's still some pressure on him to be making those rotations across the map. It sort of depends on the game that you get out of your Brood, right? Because we've seen this several times from Liquid where they pick up this Brood very early. They're willing to get counter-picked, like they know that certain picks are coming. They have to protect it a lot during the drafting phase, just like that. But it's all the space and the time that the hero's going to buy for you. That's the nice guy there for puppies.
I mean, that's one of those that could suddenly be the death of Nisha if they're not careful. But Resolution stuck around. Down.
Resolution.
They get cleaned him up. Mid lane as well.
Zakiro.
He tested for a ward when they did that initial gank. Oh, there we go.
Jumps in Sonic Wave, turns, looks to fight. A couple more
punches.
To get one kill first. Now Zayat's going to be chased through the river.
Truy bị lắc rồi.
They can't clean up that Nyx assassin.
This is all stemming just from ward battles, right? Because like Foxy was like running on the high ground, checking the tower when they were both dead, when both the mids weren't there. Saw there was no ward, but when Queen came back, she instantly warded. They spotted it. They go for the sentry. That gets them on the high ground on the radiant side, and everyone just collapses mid for the fight.
But, you know, as much as that kill is huge for that quap, definitely needed. Now about even on the net worth with that sniper, and of course, going much further ahead in terms of the XP.
Look at what Matsu's up to though. Sneaky little sniper here.
Rotation. Shrapnel ready. Will he be able to find him though? As Chrysalis hiding off in those trees, it's not an easy kill to get. It's just waiting down, seeing if there's going to be any TP rotations as Zayat Puppy chasing Insania. River and get out of there, it looks like.
Yeah, he's going to survive. Foxy's getting XP mid, and they're just going to take this early tower. So you counterpick this, right? You have this Monkey King, and he's not really pressuring the Brood. Look at this, she's ahead in terms of the net worth. Zai's feeling great heading to the small camp. They're hitting this tower, and so they're going to try and counter pressure.
Oh yeah!
Not aware this is coming.
Standing still for a moment. Avalanche to interrupt before the ring gets out. Any TP rotations, not seeing them.
Ôi ôi, còn con này là thì chết rồi. Ôi ôi, cả ulti ra.
Tiny is going to be brought down in the end. There's a lot of heroes there for that one.
Dusty mới chỉ có của Tunrao ấy. Tunrao thằng Nine thích tập Dusty.
In there, grabbing that wave, and so Masu is going to knock down that bottom tower. He's going to open up this whole jungle space here for Zai, who's already farming his way through the neutrals. Secret hoping to do the same thing up top as Foxy. Also looking to set something up top here.
And it's interesting too, you know, you think about the difference in terms of the style.
TC đẻ ra meta.
Đúng rồi. Hai sinh như meta.
Through the trees, Boxy spots him there. It's scared to go forward for that kill
though.
And Resolution picks up the space boots.
Not much they can do. They will see Reslo now comes back with the range creep. 3 heroes here. They want to go for this, but it's a tough game.
Just a little bit away. Resolution didn't get clipped by it. So they managed to get away with him after those heroes rotate up. Boxy.
Nhìn có vẻ là dính nhưng mà lại dính.
A little bit quick on the trigger finger.
Not only does he get away, he also gets back time to stack camp of Chrysalis. So very happy Monkey King right now.
Boxy quảng cáo cho táo Mỹ à?
Good, absolutely.
Táo Mỹ thằng Tommy tài gà bên OG.
You're seeing Zai just take over this side of the map. Very hard for any of the supports.
Thế thì lý do sao Akana khỉ nó không có đánh giá cao, cái màu là đẹp. Nhất là cái màu level 12 xấu.
Net worth lead if things don't change soon for Secret is going to start
đấy là màu của
màu cuối cùng.
4 con thần hầu.
Give that space to Chrysalis, right? He's the lowest of the core, so like they're getting these stacks for him. They're giving him this secret spot on top, but Liquid are not letting
up.
Keeping a lot of heroes up here and allowing the Broodmother to control that bottom half map by herself. He's trying to not get caught right now. That's a low level Nyx though.
Con nghiện nhất.
Còn nghiện nhất thì có màu xanh lá cây, màu xanh lá cây, màu nghiện.
Thích con gà là con
Resolution in the area, but they can't connect, can't find him.
Look what they're doing now in the range triangle. They still
nào.
that big stack.
Màu trắng Okami á. Okami.
Con đấy
đẹp mà.
Con đấy đẹp.
Trước khi thích con đấy là em thích cái con của con sói xong về hồi đấy là
Baby Rosa chẳng qua nó hiếm rồi.
Khó nó hiệu ứng do cái game,
hiệu ứng rồi.
Con Baby Rosa và con Alchemist
make something happen to disrupt this at some point, but with the spike carapace onto the shrapnel, maybe shades of things to come later on.
Mấy con block đó, con gì trong cái đai tai à hay là con gì?
And Liquid still having all 3 of those cores on top.
Ngu đần đần.
Còn cái mắt, cái wood ấy, em thích cái wood mà như kiểu cái máy quay phim.
Tôi thích cái wood nhìn như cái Kim Thiên Văn.
He just munched the ball up right now. Very late pick in the draft again for the Primal Beast, right? Especially versus that Brood, but there's so many heroes now
thích cái wood bàn tay làm rớt cả.
Deal with this
mắt
spiders, right? They're banning out these Pangos, these Kunkas, they still have a Monkey King and a Primal Beast, so
wood bàn tay là lúc mà phá mắt là cái bàn tay nắm lại.
Spiders aren't going to last that long.
Nở ra
spamming them out for vision right now.
Nở ra.
Trong cái tay nó chun, cái tay nó chun đất. Cái mắt nó rơi xuống theo.
Having that first spell versus the spiders kills the little ones right there. A bit of gold influx for position 5 never hurts.
Very good, keeping the pressure off of him from getting just completely bullied.
Nhìn cái thời trang của dai mù cả mắt.
Still living in this lane perfectly fine, trying to get in towards his hood, and some more of those team fight items later on. Well, Secret content to just take half of this jungle, trying to get into that Witchblade for Queen of Pain. And again, the sort of question I have is at what point does this break down?
Không đoán con nhận nó xấu, con nhận nó kiếp nhìn mù mắt.
Mù mắt.
The regen Boxy getting chased.
Đâu lấy được.
But can't get it.
Lấy được.
Boxy going down in exchange for Zayat. So just a couple of heroes traded off Zai.
Không lẽ lại 10k cho Liquid à?
Mà Liquid Azen hơn mà cái rap của Liquid với Fluffer nhau nhiều.
Yeah, Chrysalis also rotating over for this. I mean, not that it's that much of a punish on a Monkey King, huh? He's like already back up after TPing there, so Chrysalis well aware of how to use this hero. And I like the fact that...
Hay quá! Láo này! Trời ơi! Hello!
Hơi luôn mà!
Em lô!
Nhà có chó không?
Nhà có chó không?
Bạn nó sổ hẳn ra 3 con.
Yeah, because like you never know, right? Die first in the fight,
obviously. Đấy không có mà. Làm nó không đeo thôi. Akiro nhiều cái đeo. Akiro nhiều cái đeo.
Nhìn nó nặng nề.
Ai da, ai da, ai da. Ôi, chết cả Master Man.
Ôi rồi ôi.
Hai, rất quên nữa. Ngon.
Big win after dive.
Quả Master Man chết giỏi quá.
See, this is why you play 5 silencer.
Yeah.
Because they dive and they kill you. It's okay. It's always good. I'll just buy back gold. Ends up net positive for him as well.
Nhưng mà thiệt mất mid với cả carry của bên Liquid.
79 gold for throwing away his life. What a gamer.
Big plays. And you can see there, once everybody from Secret shows up, they immediately are able to find the Tumble Man on that backline with Nisha.
Papi đâu bay back ra bởi vì nó vẫn còn cầm
Có global.
Get the claws on you, you're just dead. Mid lane as well back in the game though. Puppy, well, you know, there's one downside to that whole, buyback thing. It's dying again right after. Not so great.
He's gone for a while. Foxy will separate from Chrysalis there. Liquid still looking good on all of their
combos. Không đắt.
But has been a pretty big setback after
losing mid. Đánh giá là
big
thấp
injection of the gold, but Nikkei, with his blink dagger done, we'll see if he wants to keep making moves around the map, queuing up that Aghanim scepter next.
The gap isn't that large in terms of the cores, right? There's a pretty substantial gap between all the cores and the supports in this game, which is something that particularly Liquid usually doesn't really have, right? Like
rồi. Xong rồi 10 kill rồi. 10 kill cho Liquid rồi.
Is gonna die. Nisha hanging out in that macro pyre too. Good boundless strike, the chase down. Mickey trying to survive. He's gonna die. Matuma Man can't get there in time. Help out for this fight. If it continues a little bit longer, they might be able to make something happen though. Turns now onto the Monkey King. Puppy goes down. Dead for 25. Chrysalis still trying to escape. Nice path. Zai chasing. Foxy right on top. The slowdown. The Monkey King. This would be such a huge kill.
Ôi ôi, đập hụt.
Chrysalis and they will. Liquid. This dive bears fruit.
Yeah, Chrysalis is feeling that pressure. You know, he was the lowest on the course for a while. He's starting to catch up, and the way he's been trying to this fight, he's been TPing in every time. It's like a secondary ultimate on the Tiro because he can farm anywhere on the map. He TPs in. He wants to get that fight with a boundless strike, but the punish is there from Liquid. They're ready for that attempt.
Foxy runs down to Zayats. Can they find more? Mickey, he's got his blink dagger. Nisha right up on the high ground, jumps in. Ava interrupted the toss, but the global. Foxy caught a couple more punches, but they're not quite going to get there in time. Matu he gets away. Resolution being chased by Mickey, so a trade so far. Support for support. Another round of avalanche, but they can't get him.
Yeah, there's no toss target
out of there.
Sự răn rối dã man thật.
But Liquid starting to take a bit of a lead here as they get some map control. They're going to grab that next rune. And it just puts Matu faster back to farming.
That's right. God, all these early stats too with the Mask of Madness done. He does a ton of damage if left alone in these battles.
And he's just so involved too, right? Like he's got so many frontliners in these drafts. Even like everyone could just be ahead of him. They play the Vanguard. They have this full bodies up ahead, just like last game. And as Secret were playing it. And there's a good reason why this hero's been so popular.
Matumba
they decide to go next on Matumba as this track board still looking pretty good. Liquid, likewise, as you mentioned, the same for Secret. Zai pressuring down bottom. Rezo, Onslaught.
Ui giời, rất nhẹ. Ui rồi. Thôi xong.
Rezo toát. Chưa.
Đi chết. Ở đây là con trụ. Chưa chết.
Ui rồi, hồi tốt.
Foxy in very far, can't get a deny, so Secret clean up that tusk.
I think it was Zayats being in proximity that Mickey didn't want to jump in and go for a play. I think he was worried about a Carapace right there. So Foxy
đẹp rồi, con nhận xanh ấy.
Đầy set nhện đẹp, nhưng mà thằng mắt ở dài nó chọn cái set kinh tởm nhất của con nhện này thôi.
Head up top, I'll Liquid head down bottom. See if they can get any extra pressure.
Arcana của con Queen là
cánh.
Ý là cái cánh DAC đẹp lắm mà.
Cái cánh như mò không?
Cánh DAC là cánh của Trung Quốc làm. Dù nào của Trung Quốc làm đều đẹp hết.
Giờ tao thấy nó màu mè. Lên tàu làm.
Diệp rúa.
Rúa.
Thích cái cánh DAC của Queen. DAC có hai đồ đẹp nhất là cái Radiant và
cánh. Cái cặp Divine của Ember đó.
Divine của Ember.
đúng là không có đất nước nào làm kiếm đẹp bằng Trung Quốc. Lịch sử sử dụng kiếm rất lâu dài.
Đồ nhưng mà kiếm của châu Âu thì châu Âu là đẹp hơn chứ.
Đồ tàu thấy đèo thì chắc có được mấy set của con Ember.
Mấy con là học phong thủy, đúng phong thủy là làm đẹp. Thì chết.
Đừng động chết rồi bạn.
Chết rồi.
Cái đỉa. Ôi da. Hay. Zakiro đánh hay quá. Trời ơi.
Ác thật đấy.
Zakiro khè quả lửa. Ác quá.
Mà không lên BKB nhanh để game này
thôi lên BKB làm gì, đều đi đánh cho nó hấp dẫn. Cơ cấu tí.
Anh ạ, trước mắt thì chúng nó đang là 12 triệu đô đây anh ạ. Đéo có nào cơ cấu tầm này.
Quả lửa đẹp nhá.
At least they're able to get Nisha right after there too, but didn't really feel like the biggest win that maybe I was expecting from Liquid, considering how much setup and prep it felt like they had for the moment.
Yeah, when those don't pay off, it can be pretty rough.
They're
still feeling comfortable playing around this board, but Liquid
thì quả đấy đâu có sống trong bác mà. Bằng nhau nhá. Nếu mà không có vào.
BKB, có đấy 2 cái BKB.
They weren't able to play any other kills there. Zayas gets hit by the assassinate.
Quả đấy 2 cái BKB thì chúng ta về lâu về lại Liquid vẫn lãi hơn.
This guy but can't quite find him.
So it's a long time till he's vendetta again though.
Yeah, it's true. And in the meantime, they're going on in towards that Roche pit, it looks like. So Boxy will head over, use the tag team to help them claim this one. As Liquid wanting to get an objective after they push Secret away from that high ground.
They're doing a great job of helping instantly the fight.
Lúc này mà ES vào chỗ này thì một mình nó cơ lẩu quất thằng này.
Quả này là phải 12 triệu đô.
Một đá nhẹ thế kia.
Đá thế kia.
Cái hệ quả của việc dùng BKB lấy là có Rosa cho Liquid.
Protecting Matu for a potential second life in these fights.
Again, with that Roche being given up, it did also give a lot of time for Secret to keep their farm going. Closer to this BKB on Nisha.
Ít phải được cái BKB bằng được cho cái combat sau.
Timings can be very strong from Secret. Talked about the potential for late game scaling that you get out of this Monkey King. Merciless with over 2,000 games played on the hero. Everyone knows his limits. But we'll have to watch and see after the tier 2 towers are been taken. There's really not much for Liquid to get here on the bottom side of the map.
Quên biết tình huống khi mà muốn combat tổng hoặc là muốn dí một ai ấy. Quên nó không phải là cái con toàn diện mọi thứ. Làm gì cũng đấy, nó không giỏi với cái gì.
But they're also fairly capable in terms of their scaling and the options they have. Obviously, the Monk King being one of the best.
Nếu Puppy rồi, thôi xong Puppy đi rồi.
Global anh nó cắn rồi. Tao tự bật nó bắn luôn.
With Aegis in hand, this is Liquid's time to party.
Feels like he's been working on this first item forever. Like had the Ghost Epic queued up almost immediately in this game. But just keeps going down. Hold that potential gold for buyback as well, I'm sure.
Thôi.
Đẹp quá. Ui, combo Tiny Zakiro quá đẹp.
That was huge. Doing so much work for him. Obviously, Secret feeling kind of safe in the area because he has own boards nearby. Relying on these again.
Không, quả nó đổi lane hay. Đồ đấy là nó khi bạn sniper sẽ tự silent nhưng mà bùa sẽ tăng tốc độ bắn. Tăng tốc độ bắn và tăng tốc độ chạy.
And you can see now that this pressure that's being mounted, Matumba Man is still standing up front and center with not that many heroes behind him. The rest of the team spread across the map, but they're going to continue this movement and not willing to back out. They want to push this advantage as much as possible right now.
Voi sợ thích lắm. Nói chung là Voi bây giờ lên vẫn được. theo tình theo một cách đấy nó vẫn lên vẫn được, nhưng mà không tốt cho late game thôi. Đó bởi vì nhiều trận mình không có muốn lên 4 set thôi để mình clear chẳng hạn. Nó mà nó không clear được.
Thế ngày xưa là
mà
ở cái start bây giờ
on Matu, we're stacking up 4 staffs once again because they just get more and more powerful for everyone that you have. And they've still been working on Boxy's blink for a very long time.
Còn lên được bỏ một cười.
Unusual part, I guess, in terms of this being a liquid game, right? Like that.
Nó làm nguyên cái mặt đấy, nguyên cái đầu đấy.
Nguyên cái đầu mở. Rồi.
Well, only 2,000 gold separating these two teams. Boxy.
Rồi roll lên mở chắc đấm một.
Can't connect with Resolution. It looks like as he will onslaught away. Well, in the meantime, Useless has finished off the Deso, so more into this like just big burst of damage coming from this lineup. It looks like
Domi nó vẫn là cái hồi máu.
Hút máu xong với cả mũ sắt đó.
Yeah, I will say, you know, as a parent here, I think you know, children probably not the biggest fans. I feel like a lot of them have been dying, just being tossed across the map. But Zai hasn't died yet.
It's been crazy.
In a first phase Broodmother versus Queen of Pain, Monkey King, and a Primal Beast.
And they were hunting him for so long.
Yeah.
He is gonna go down though.
He's died a couple
Không
times.
chạy nhanh thì có kết quả lại.
And also, to some extent, playing his role.
There's still
DOTA up here, and in fact, they want to take the fight to them maybe now on Team Liquid. BKB done as well as that Wraith Pact. Oh, this could be a huge
moment.
There's 50 seconds left on that Aegis, so there's a bit of a window in terms
Sniper.
of, you know, they want
Sniper.
This could also just be the you're down one hero, you're probably going to split up and trying to grab a kill.
Zai spots him immediately. You had to caster curse him, Trent. You talk about it. 70 deaths immediately goes down.
But it was impressive. One death, still pretty impressive, I gotta say.
That's fair.
Nghiện láo, nói gì thì nói, đi về.
With this Aegis expiring, looks like we're gonna have to look to that next round before
nói vừa phải,
go for another big fight. The 6 Roche is gonna be huge.
Yeah, that's a great feeling for Secret. I mean, you gave up that Aegis, but you're the ones who are getting out on the map. You're grabbing a couple of kills, getting your cores out a little bit further. It was a lot of smoking out together and running around, so it's not going to have the biggest impact on the overall network. But at least it's keeping you a little bit closer in this game. Just like sitting back and hiding in the fog, right? If there's anything they need to do right now, it's definitely vision. You look at the you can't see a damn thing.
Có màu xanh hình như là con lục mỹ hầu hay sao?
Much more reliant on the Nexus in this game because they don't have the Beastmaster to try and help prop up that vision game.
Xích khao, ông xích khao có màu đỏ.
Không, con này tên là Rêu Phong là Tuấn Hưng.
Get some vision down themselves. It's mainly been by virtue of those spiders that have been tossed out. But man, Daedalus done next. But Tumbleman not concerned about a BKB. He's like, I have one job. If I'm not punching people, we're losing this game.
Cái quả bốc buồn cười. Gì mạnh.
Of course, a couple of these different heroes
rủ nhau gặp nhau để làm gì? Hôn hít à?
Hôn hít à?
The Nyx Assassin, Monkey King jumping on him from out of the trees. They have to do a great job of protecting this sniper with the rest of the Liquid lineup.
Họ hát.
They were so close to spotting a invisible Nyx Assassin running through there.
Bắt đầu đang nâng xe ra đường cái đó.
But I saw some circles on the map there from Rezo. Seems to
have a great
idea.
Con gái theo nghệ thuật.
Heading down bottom, Insania's there.
Tưởng là con trai chứ, phải là nhóm học đàn.
Con
gái lớn.
Onto this tusk, can they find any more?
Xong.
Tài quá.
Tài đi.
BKB wearing off soon. Insania's there. He can't stop him. Still BKB.
Ồ, chết rồi. Phải ra cái rô băng hay á.
Mà tụi mình ra kịp quá. Ui.
Mà tôi đi rồi.
Hay. Cũng được. Hay.
Bốc chạm.
A frightening fight of positioning there. He had to force that into the Wukong's command to survive.
Ôi, quả đấy mới kêu may dã man. Cũng cảm thấy cái BKB lâu thế.
Ăn một cái combo này.
Nó uống kịp rồi. Quả đấy là tay nhảy vào đấy. Đang trời tối không nhìn thấy.
This building is gone, but okay, I mean, he's in a little bit of trouble there. Tries to TP out. He's going to be fine. But get a tier 3 tower.
Đang trời tối.
A substantial gold lead.
Anh đi không nhìn thấy bên trong được vào. Quả lửa đẹp. Nhìn kết quả Tiny Avalanche này, quả Tiny Avalanche này. Đó, đứng lại cuối thì săn được, may lắm man. Ăn cái cây vào.
He's able to help turn that fight around there. They have no choice but to fully focus on Matu.
Right, and
cái đam cây là nó tính là đam cleave với nó đánh qua giáp, nên là quả đấy khỉ trong vọng chết.
Which means he just has to keep clicking, and he was able to do enough damage before he died to make it work. Now has that Elven Tunic in tow too. Secret together, smoked. They're right on top of all these spiders. Liquid, they're going to be aware of this. Still 2 minutes till Roach is capable of responding. Relatively long timer on that.
Oh, that's the real one, yeah.
Đang có skin 2. Đáng chưa mất một con niệm con.
They'll take the area, but they're not going to get the reward for a very long time here as Boxy continues to just play around this off-century combo, looking for anyone running through that mid lane. Obviously, at this point in the game, this is where the danger tends to be, right? These mid lanes. Just like nuke it and get out as fast as possible. You don't want to be caught on there.
Well, the tier 2 tower gets hit a couple of times by Secret. Immediately Glyph is out. Wall bottom. A constant thorn in their side.
Ui, con nó cắn.
These spiders just rip it asunder.
Ui dồi, khiếp kìa.
Ôi, má ơi, nó kéo máu. Ui dồi ôi.
Gets the kill, keeps the pressure on. They need to deal with this. If Puppy shows for that long, or Nisha, this could be an easy blow up, but Zion's there to interrupt too.
Just more and more TPs, just keep coming. They're sticking around. They don't go for it.
Oh no! Nhận con! Đúng tiền. Đam nó chắc phải được hơn 100.
50 seconds until Roche is back up though. They're going to get there before it's up. And Secret, will they decide to go out and fight them?
This is one of those big macro plays you're going to see a lot in Dota. Maybe if you're new to the game, is that pressuring that bottom tower to pull them away from that Roche pit. Now Liquid want to take that territory. They want that vision.
Đánh nhau! Ui, gần chết. Thôi xong rồi. Đã cười bắt rồi.
Chạy được rồi. Ui, hay đấy.
Can they do it? Chase, Nisha finds him, gets the kill.
Bắt được Matu rồi.
BKB wants to run, nowhere to go though. The bash is out. Nisha will manage to survive. Secret, they win that fight off of that global.
Dòng lên đấy bằng cây đẩy.
Such a necessary fight for Team Secret right now. Grabbing Matu, the perfect way to start off this fight. It's the one thing that can't happen for Team Liquid. It's so much supposed to work on this primal beast right at the start, but he's able to get
ui. Had to take a second to process what just happened there. Zai is going to run away.
Liquid might be feeling the same way here. Is obviously they didn't commit for the instant buyback on the sniper. That means he really doesn't want to do it now, and they're going to start moving.
Fox là một trong những cái tầm hay nhất của DOTA.
They have some vision around here. They do end up scanning near their high ground to see if there's any smoked heroes coming by, but might be time to go over a little bit of a risky play here.
Yeah, gotta be careful. We're watching this replay, but in the game, they have the ice pack.
Amlet là item kỹ năng cao nhất của DOTA.
Does have buyback still. Matumba man. They're so close to push. It's actually blown up. Zion's finds Insania, but they can't get him. Time for the rest of the team to show back up. Buyback is there from the
nhất là của người bạn tên Lý.
The damage gets the blink away. He's still so long, doesn't have a way to dodge.
Ôi, nó đổi sang giày strength. Nó đổi sang giày strength.
Insania's now dead. Matumba man.
Rồi, Matumba man.
Rosan.
They actually did it. All the delays.
Rồi, Matumba man nó chơi liều thế trời.
They force a secondary fight. Nisha forced all the way back home as well. Now they're in there. They're grabbing Roche. They can't get back here in time. Oh, and another Aegis claimed by this sniper in the midst of chaos when everything is at its most crazy. That's when it feels like Liquid somehow managed to make the best happen. Yeah, Secret, I mean, that one fight where they managed to get Matu right at the start, that's what they needed in that Radiant high ground there, but now he's got himself the concussive grenade on the shard, so a little bit extra help there. Look at that. Hex done on the Broodmother now. Obviously, Secret still have incredible team fight, but they need all their heroes to be back up. Chrysalis alive in 15 seconds, while Liquid, they want to try and claim these buildings now.
câu bằng được để đợi chỉ ra.
Okay, does have that Aghanim
Đưa
Scepter
câu kỳ
done.
công hay là lại chết.
As Nisha zoned back for a moment. I mean, it's still so hard to go high ground here. And Enchanted Quiver picked up, but they have another big creep wave coming in through top. I'm curious if Liquid even want to try and push it that hard here, if they feel comfortable going into the later stages.
Yeah, it's a bit of a, again, a tough one to go high ground here. Really stuck
không
to
phải
Wukong's command. Get Botch down here.
At least wait for the BKB, right?
Yes, he has actually fully purchased it now on Matu, so certainly much more capable of engaging and putting himself in slightly riskier positions, like hitting a tower. If you're Team Secret, though, I mean, he's still the number one target, right? Obviously, with the Aegis, there are some questions to that. Maybe you can try and just disable him and try and pick off someone else like Mickey, but he's got that BKB, and Poppy, there's so much pressure on him as the silencer. Like, when do you actually pop the salty, right?
Yeah.
And try and go for an offensive play.
Thôi, mắt túm. Ôi, ôi đập hút. Thôi, đi rồi. Ôi chứ, hay thế à? Đi à? Ôi sao?
To the Sonic Wave, but they needed that for that second life. Never popped the BKB though. He did hold it that
có mà không có vòng. Thổi hết vòng nó.
And losing Chrysalis is huge. That was so enormous for Liquid and taking this tier 3 tower now. Going on to the high ground Secret. I don't know if they have enough left in the tank. They're going to smoke up with everybody. It's all Science. He needs a big blink play.
They gotta find it. The big stun is there. The big interrupt. Resolution trying to kill.
Ôi, bóng xịt cứu hay quá. Cái bóng tiếp hay quá.
Copy rồi em chết rồi.
Nó cho bóng tuyết mà. Bóng tuyết. Hay quá.
Oh, Nisha trying to hold him back with a halberd. He was just there, stuck, plinking away, helpless in his BKB, but it didn't matter. They didn't get enough done during that halberd. And now they've taken the high ground here, moving towards that mid lane. Liquid looking to force
nhưng mà chính ra kết quả đổi lane của Tiny với cả Sniper hay quá.
Again, such a dominant performance in Secret throughout this tournament. That game number 1, Liquid needing to get this to.
Và trong cái lưới nhện cơ thì nó mới giữ được.
Punches are out. The buyback is there from the Nyx assassin. Jump in, Nisha trying to force them back. And without those BKBs, they needed a second at least to reset.
Thì Queen mà bạn đâu có làm được gì nhiều đâu.
40 seconds on the BKB for Sniper.
Đấy lý do sao con Queen nó có làm nhiều thứ nhưng nó không làm cái gì giỏi nữa. Cái tay cũng không phải là quá mạnh, phép không phải là quá mạnh. Có cái blink mà blink vào rồi mà không ra được cái chết.
You know what's interesting though is that in so many of these games, we've seen some of these teams that have fallen behind really early in multiple racks. And it still comes down to needing to win a team fight. If Secret can keep winning those, it could be their recipe for success. But right now, at least Liquid in a firm control of this game.
Yes, many of the players on this Liquid roster are
ôi rồi 595
no
rồi.
strangers to mega creep games.
Năm nay không biết còn đánh nhau ở Open Eye
không? Ai gì đâu.
We'll have to wait if it does indeed happen this time. Another minute or so
Đâm,
until the next round.
20 cái network vẫn còn lật được.
Cái này á?
Looking at it, I think
trừ
actually
khi
they don't
là
even
bên kia
have
nó
all of
đi
their
vai rồi thì may ra là đấy.
Team Secret, they haven't been able to get out for the tier 4.
Cái vấn đề là ba con co của Secret scale không giỏi về late game. Scale không giỏi về late game. Khỉ không phải là con late game mạnh. Primal Beast càng không, Queen càng không.
Queen tính nó mua đi vai là đứng xa là bắn.
Kể cả Queen vào cũng chết với đó luôn. Thằng Reso cần level 25 để có thể dập multi siêu BKB nhưng mà 5 level là quá nhiều. Nó có 20.
Xa 19 kìa. Limit đã thọt lại.
Xa thọt. Thằng Tiny nó có thể chơi theo đấy, đang định nói. Ôi ôi.
Chỉ một mình chỗ đấy á. Thế thì mày lại nhất thì á.
Quỷ này.
Một mình mày vào đấy thì là mày là nhất. Rồi đi.
Vào đi.
And they're gonna do it in style. Megas for Liquid. And Secret, it is a huge kill.
Thấy lúc em thấy pick Queen là em không thấy thuyết phục với cái game rồi. Còn đấy là bên Secret hơi bị bí. Bí không biết pick con nào.
They got the Monkey King. Got themselves a Queen of Pain. A big pure damage swings.
Pick con tuận tay Unisa.
Certainly heroes that are known
tay Unisa là ban mẹ hết. Con Les với con Kunka là ban xứ luôn.
Don't get it twisted. Liquid are in a very good spot right now.
Reso phải lên cái Siva từ sớm chứ không phải là lên Lotus. Lotus là không giải quyết được cái gì. Lên cái hai cái ring đôi phí tiền, lên được cái Siva sớm vào slow tiny với cả súng của Hôn. Clear nhẹ dễ. Nhưng lúc rồi nó ban Dawn Breaker với cả ban tướng của Misa, đây là cũng ấy.
There's any chance for anybody to be caught off guard, it's a quick jump.
Feels like Zai just has so much pressure on him as well. I think the best initiation.
Ôi.
The whole teammate, but can they get
Ui dồi ôi. Cắm chết.
He too is going to get brought down. All it takes is a
Game
couple of
3.
seconds, and with 3 dead, surely this will be the time for Liquid to close out this game. They're looking to come in here. Just grabbing the wave in the mid, but of course there's waves coming through the bottom as well.
They
have a glyph, but Secret not even in the base to defend it. Is Liquid trying to close this one out here? The buybacks are out. Resolution into this game, but Liquid, will they be concerned? Still a bit even capable of responding. They don't want to deal with that.
Bye.
Global out, BKB
Ôi, nó đáp. Ôi, ta nhìn nó đáp.
Rồi.
Cái lịch chi. Very loud from this crowd as they made their way through this lower bracket. Now one more time, they're going to a game 3. They're not done yet.
Đầu tư lồng kính cho mấy thằng này vào bên trong.
Đeo cái earplug
hình như bọn nó bảo là do cái Covid ấy, mà bởi vì cái phòng nó không có được vệ khử trùng tốt á, cái Covid nó bị ám bên trong á, nên bọn nó không dám để trong phòng kính. Tại vì bên sinh dịch nó vẫn cao mà.
Just feels like a couple
hay
small
quá.
here and there, right? One force one position, one stun of someone else is turning these big fights. And it feels like it's just constant fights.
Bài này chống dịch như kiểu ở Trung Quốc mà vẫn còn bọn sinh.
It's deciding so much in the box. So coming into it, I don't know if we're going to see that classic game 3 slowdown pace or if we're just going to go full speed ahead.
I'm just excited to see some more.
Boxy trước giờ là vẫn theo cái team của từ Liquid sang đến từ Alliance sang đến Liquid.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Very happy here as well that we are going the distance here because these two teams, they deserve to play more on that stage against each other. And third game.
Bọn này như là làm cái sang 2 đúng không?
They've been pretty epic, so I have expectations from that. But first, let's break down game number 2 because Lacoste, this game, it did have quite a bit of a fast pace to it, especially with the kills and especially coming out from the side of Team Liquid.
Yeah, it really did. The lane I'm looking at is this bottom lane, the off lane from Team Liquid, where we've seen it this time and time. Zai on the Broodmother, Boxy on Tusk, where they completely dominate the lane. One problem that I have with this is, Broodmother hits 6, she takes over the lane, and she kind of took over the game, takes over the jungle. They didn't have that one hero to put there and just soak up some damage, feed on the spiderlings, one hero that is unkillable. It never came to that point. And I love the itemization on Zai, because, yeah, sure, you get that raid pack, you get pipe, but it was early pipe into raid pack where you mitigate so much damage from Team Secret. The early damage is mostly magical. Like Silencer and Nyx Assassin, their damage output at the early stages of the game is very limited, and if you add pipe on top of that, it's gonna feel very bad. Team Secret did try to, maximize the Silencer, buying out one more time using the global silence, but it was a very difficult game from them considering the situation they were in.
Yeah, I really enjoyed what Broodmother did in that game for sure. And I think Brood as a hero really exposes Silencer's weaknesses as a support if he's not countering a hero per se. It's not really a hero that gives you much by way of playing the map or the ability to rotate or anything like that. With that being said, I also think that the lane swap when the Primal Beast came out between the Tiny and the Sniper was genius, right? Because Tiny is a hero that can lane versus something like a Primal Beast, toss it away if it goes at him. Sniper would not really have stood a chance there. So by putting the Sniper mid, having it lane well versus the Queen of Pain for the first 5 levels, and then rotating the Sniper out of mid and putting your Tusk there so he can get levels and Sniper can farm safely was just very well done. Very good understanding by Liquid on how to play the map. So That was really cool. Also, another thing that I wanted to note was because the Monkey King played an active style of Dota, he didn't build a farming item. So when the game slowed down, you had Sniper just farming in the triangle, and Monkey King wasn't really able to match the pace.
Yeah, he had BKB first, and then Deso. Deso's like the closest thing to a farming item that you could say that game. But no, I really like the point about the silencer. I think that Liquid, like, if you look at their draft, they have Jakiro, they have Broodmother. Their entire draft like doesn't have any cooldowns that they're playing around, right? It's like you play the silencer. Usually, the way that you play this hero is like enemy team commits to you, and then you like botch their initiation, you botch their commitment, and then you turn to fight. It's like you global silence a Broodmother, and it's like my spiders are silenced. Like, no. You're passives. You're passives. So yeah, Liquid just like Effie said, identifying the weakness in this hero. Crystallis also is playing Monkey King. That's another cooldown dependent hero. Nisha on Queen of Pain, cooldown dependent. The ultimate was very important in this game. There's a few fights that we saw where he didn't have mana for the ult, and it actually meant that like Matumbo would survive at 10% HP and then turn around and peep and get to full HP. This Wraith Pack change, by the way, like the fact that you get more lifesteal off of heroes, it's starting to feel like satanic when these Peep Lords are turning around.
You are building into Mask of Madness, and I think like Sniper's becoming the not just hero of this series, I would say, but for me the hero of the tournament pretty much. Whenever I see this little dwarf on one side, I'm like slowly like leaning towards that side because the hero does so much. I like the build on Matu because he did go for 3 raid bans early oriented. He knows that if he joins these early fights, it's going to give them even more momentum and momentum with the Broodmother pipe that we mentioned. One thing to notice is one team is going to play potentially one of these 2 teams 8 games today because this is the 3rd game and you know, in the grand finals everyone wants to see game 5.
But we've seen the teams that end up playing this series right before grand finals always has the advantage over the other team conventionally. But I also just want to bring up that Liquid had such an easy way to maneuver around the map. Even that fight where they killed the silencer and they lost their Tiny, and Tusk and Sniper went into Roshan. The Brood was pretty far away, but you're just able to plant your webs to Roshan, get there really quickly as Broodmother, and identify when you can take objectives. You can also just dodge smokes and camp yourself at the parts of the map that you need to be. And when Secret really needed to make a smoke and make big things happen, it was evaded completely by Liquid when they were playing on the bot lane for that bot Rex.
Yeah.